host again for the today because I am once again being a guest as playing as everybody's best friend Leon in Alterra HQ of the Mad Capitalists. With all these lot. Say hi.
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 Hello.
Hello.
You ready?
Hi.
You want me to start my side of it now then?
Yeah.
I thought you'd already
Go for it.
started it, Bob.
Nah.
Oh yeah, I was fine
Whenever
with
you're
the
ready, Bobby.
I was fine with
was-
the preamble. I was just getting closer to the time that I was like, I kind of need to start by now.
Yep.
Okay. And clicking start now. We're good.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Alterra, headquarters of the Mad Capitalist. I'm your host and games master for the evening, James Robertson. Joining me this evening, going the distance, Ben playing Pizzazz the Gnome Wizard. Almost there. That was something.
That was the Tasmanian Devil.
Where did that come from? That threw me off my rhythm. What the heck? Let's go with take two, Bob.
Let's do round 2 of live.
Yeah. Almost there. Bob plays as Lanwar the Firbolg Druid.
What? Where's the rest of me then?
I'm on my way. Neil is Dion the Half-Orc Ranger.
Hey.
2 worlds, 1 family. Yes, it's TR playing as Glack the Kobold Cleric.
I'm here. That's all I've got. I'm here. Hello.
Okay then. Very defeatist. And be prepared. Our special guest star for the final arc, Wolfie Bane, plays as Leon.
Howdy there. Also, I love
Previously, a nice callback. It's all Disney song titles for the intros this time. Previously, the party fought off the Illithid scientists who'd kept them prisoner, experimented on them, and tortured them for the past 100 years, as far as they were aware. With Pizzazz utilizing his new Junkrat gifted powers to halt time for a few moments, giving the party a chance. They fought through 12 of the purple squid-like people and confronted the head scientist, who stopped time himself to better utilize his surroundings and eventually, hopefully, feast on Pizzazz's brain, having, used as much of them as he could in the past year, or however long it's been. But before he could, the party, plus a newly found and pissed off half-orc, their lost friend Leon, who had apparently been imprisoned in a different ooze simulation, which is why they couldn't find him, banded together to bring him down non-lethally, it had to be said, so that he could be questioned. And that's where we pick up today, with all of you standing around in this pod room. The second one you've had to fight through, actually. All the red X's still on the map there are all the folk you have fought your way through.
Oh, and the undead.
The undead?
What? Someone's pet. I can't remember who summoned it.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's my undead
the
spirit,
Undead.
yeah.
That's the undead spirit. Yes, so we pick up there, all of you standing, well, in the ruins of... Well, it's quite gory, actually. As you brought down the head scientist, all the other people, a couple of whom you vaguely, the more intelligent, the more perceptive of you, vaguely recognized as fellow adventurers. You swear that one of them might have been at one point Kremlin the Weasel from the Fine Fellows of Daggerford, who'd been kidnapped again somehow. Yeah, so you looked around as you entered, and as the head scientist was destroyed or knocked unconscious, a psionic blast sort of emitted, and all of their heads exploded. The tadpoles that were clearly nestling inside them, having taken some effect.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure Leon realizes in a room.
But yes, you have found your friend Leon.
Oh.
Hey guys.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Nice
How did
timing.
you like the ooze?
Looking at the blood everywhere. Better now I'm not in it.
Don't know about you guys. I am knackered.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm also bleeding
Right.
A little rough.
a lot.
Oh, is everyone needing a bit of a pick-me-up?
Yes,
Mhm.
so I will say as well, before you consider either spending a rest or healing, you did pick off one of the scientists in the first room who was trying to escape, but who was completely just mauled. You did pick up a small sort of electronic-looking device, sort of flat metallic sort of piece of glass almost with the illithid. For those of you who can still, so that's everyone except for Lanwar, all
Yep.
the four of you who are left, who can still read the Mind Flayer script as a number 2. They're number 2. There was also an exit door in this room. The door back to whence you came, back through like a sort of almost sewer type area or something of that nature, certainly some sort of waterway, and then back to your pod room. There was a double door leading south, but all very sort of space tech. For those at home, it's like very Star Trek sort of inspired sliding doors. You hold the key card against a flat pad. That's how you gained access to each room. You did pick up one of those, a level 2 keycard. So I think either Pizzazz or Glack had that.
Glack does.
And you did also as well manage to, luckily, perhaps, or unluckily, who knows, who else might have come, but it seemed that only the creatures in this room came flooding towards where you were attacking. There wasn't like there are no alarms, there are no red alerts going up around the base. You seem for now to be undiscovered, though if you leave all those bodies just lying in the hallways and grouped around this room here, you don't know for how long. You don't know who can get through these doors and
We
what might
incinerate
happen.
them then.
But yeah, that's what you know.
Calamari, anyone?
Right. Before anything, does anyone have any telepathic abilities?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
What do you mean?
Because-
Telepathic?
That looked very suspicious there.
As you think these words and sort of look around, you can vaguely hear. Pizzazz, you're really very intelligent. So roll me an intelligence check.
Don't we have these head?
Well, my goodness. So for the briefest of seconds, you swear you can see surrounding Leon, Dion. That's not going to get confusing.
The two half-orcs, Leon and Dia.
The two fucking half-orc fighting people, Leon, Dion, and Glack. A strange sort of shimmering of like not quite a mist, but almost like a heat haze, as far as you can register it. Just around their heads as you look around at them. Lanwar doesn't seem to have it, but then you blink and it's gone. You don't know what that could be. With an 8. God's sake.
Yeah, that was a low roll.
It really
It
was.
was a 2.
Considering you rolled a 2, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe
I mean,
we have.
if I had rolled like Arcana, that's a plus 18.
Mm.
I
You're
mean,
flattened up.
Religion, plus 18. Nature, plus 18.
Flat-
It was,
Flat
18.
modifiers
History,
are
but it
always
was,
okay.
but it was just looking around and being intelligent, making an educated guess at things. But yes, you don't seem to have raised any alarms. You don't really hear much. Many of the doors are certainly muffling the sound. So out here in the corridor, it was quite loud. There was quite a lot of rushing water, or well, not rushing water. It was like a stream of silvery sort of arcanite with flecks of various other coloured arcanite crystals in it, if you'll remember rightly. and some sort of mechanical whirring of a turbine way off in the distance. That's what you could hear when you're out there. But
Yeah.
while you're in this room, it seems muffled slightly. It's almost as if magic and technology has meant that the people that working in these chambers needed to, not be distracted constantly, because almost like they were doing brain surgery often.
Weird.
Zaz is going to pull a rope out of his bag, hand it over to Dion, and say to tie up the chief flyer, which is scientist.
Alright.
Chief Squid.
I mean, the only telepathic thing I remember us having is these things your
Headset,
sister made.
Yeah.
Sister made.
Yeah. Didn't you have a spare one? Or a spare couple?
Oh, yes. I don't think you've not had one for a while, Leon.
Yeah, it's-
Leon is actually wearing one. Just like he was in the dream, he's wearing his, I believe it was gold, sort of painted. It was blinged out. Yeah, Leon is wearing one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. It's,
Because if we put one on the chief scientist and I cast hold person on them, because that paralyzes them, that means he wouldn't be able to talk normally, but we could still question him through telepathy.
That's pretty smart.
okay. Here you go. I think one of the spares.
I'm imagining it like an earpiece. Is it like
It
that?
is. It's
Yes.
you know the I can never remember what they're called from Deep Space Nine, Valorian or something like that.
Jean?
Bajorans.
Bajorans.
Bajorans,
Oh, I
that's it.
think I know.
I always imagine it like their like earring things.
Good knowledge, TR. Way to go.
I was thinking it's more like a 80s Bluetooth. A big, chunky.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, and I'll
That's,
remind you all that those of you who took, I believe it was Pact of the Tome, have like an addition to the earpieces now, a sort of almost like a heads-up display. So Pizzazz and Dion, I believe, had that.
The power level meter.
Yeah, like the little red lens that flicks over your eye.
Yeah. Did you sort out your warlock levels, Bob, during the week?
Yep, I sorted it just before I started the day.
Excellent.
I did have to change my stat on charisma up by 1 just to.
You don't need to do that. If you just go to the spell list, you can just amend the like the DC and 2-hit model.
Yeah, you can cast with your wisdom.
All right. Well, the charisma's only up by 1, and so
Yeah,
I can take
it's
that
fine.
off. It was the only way I could see to get to work.
Yeah, it's still at the odd number, so it's fine.
It was the multi-classing thing, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
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 No, that's totally fine.
Oh, right,
It
yeah.
doesn't make any practical difference.
So,
it's fine.
so Dion, you were gonna tie up this guy. Roll me
Yes.
a dexterity check using proficiency if you're proficient in survival, or rope tying, or anything. Actually, you're a hunter. You would, You know
I
what?
have expertise
Yeah,
in survival.
You should have it with
Never mind
yeah.
proficiency.
Because you're an excellent hunter and tracker and bowsman. So there you go. So it's a dexterity check plus double your proficiency, which at level 20 is plus 6, I believe. So a dexterity check plus 12.
Yeah.
Hog tie this son of a bitch.
Yeah. So just roll a dex check, and we'll add 12 to it after the fact.
I bet you. Yeah.
Oh,
I think he got it.
a 26. A 26 for.
27.
Wait,
alright.
It's 27.
no, you rolled a
And
dex save.
Checks
Yeah,
are
so
I
just
was
we're
going to say,
gonna-
how have you got
It's-
plus 11?
Well, the thing.
Yeah. So.
Well, the thing is,
Um,
its dex save is with his proficiency, so add 6
But
to
ju-
it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's
32.
actually fine. So 32 is the DC for the Mind Flayer to break out of these ropes. And as the rest of you look down at Dion's handiwork, you're initially impressed, and then Pizzazz and Lanwar especially, you notice the slight subtle change of, usual purple to slightly darker purple of this guy's skin, and you're like, should we be worried? Nah, he's a Mind Flayer who experimented on us for years. He'll be fine.
He doesn't need
But
oxygen.
He is unconscious. He is stable.
So I am then going to cast Hold Person on him.
In case he breaks out, can I get a healing, please?
Yeah, is that a wisdom save? You can absolutely as well.
Yeah,
'cause
that's a wisdom save here.
Yeah.
I'm guessing everyone's within 30 feet now, so.
Mhm. Wisdom save.
Yeah, Dion should be over here because he just tied him up,
Yeah.
didn't he? So
Move in.
Crap. Why didn't I? Stat blocks. I have them all written down here. But having the tabs open is much easier, isn't it? Wisdom save. Okay, here we go. 20 advanced
22
roll.
healing. 22 healing for everyone.
Cool, thank you.
Cheers.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so his wisdom save ain't that great. So,
No, so
that
he
was
is now paralyzed.
paralyzed. Hold monster.
Hold Person.
I don't think a whole person works.
Does that just do humanoids?
Does, yes.
Yeah.
He is an aberration.
Do I still have Dominate Monster then? Yes, I do.
If you have hold monster, I'll let you.
I've not
Just
got
say
Hold
that you
Monster, but
cast
it's a Dominate Monster. It's a lower Wisdom because it's coming from my Necronomicon.
Hmm.
So it's a Wisdom 18, but you would still fail that anyway.
Yeah, he fails. So you essentially, while this creature's unconscious and tied up, like pretty much how you would expect a wild animal to be tied up, ready for skinning or gutting or roasting over a fire. Dion's clearly done this innumerable times. In fact, you've seen his dreams. It's
Couple of
horrifying.
times.
Yeah, it's horrifying, really, to watch. Like,
Then
yeah.
Then Pizzazz is going to ask Leon to pump 1 HP into the scientist.
Oh, wait. No, I'll do this.
Well, because I was going to say, because
That don't work. 'cause
Leon
False Life
is a paladin, he can literally do lay on hands. And
Yeah,
just
I can literally
one.
do one. And False Life, I
Yeah.
believe, is temporary hit points. Don't think it works.
Yeah. So
Eh,
temporary hit points doesn't bring you back from unconsciousness.
Yeah.
fair enough.
I'm gonna boop him for 1 lay on hands.
And
Perfect.
I'll boot Leon with that then. Oh, oh, oh.
Thank you.
Perfect.
I'm almost half health now.
So, Pizzazz, roll me another intelligence check as you watch Leon imbue this creature with 1 hit point.
This is better. Yeah, that's better.
That's much better. So, as you watch, you can see the faint sort of heat haze above the Illithid's head, while Leon gives him 1 hit point, and you glance around really quickly, just not entirely certain. You see that same heat haze above Leon, and above Glack, and above Dion as well.
Does he see it? Does he see it in the thing that I'm holding in my hand?
No, because it's dead.
Yeah. Oh.
You do not see it around Lanwar.
Okay.
Just so you're aware. And
Yep.
coming to consciousness, the Mind Flayer immediately is going to try and break out, obviously.
It's paralyzed.
Yeah. Oh, so it is. Yeah, it is paralyzed.
So
And
try with all
B-
its might.
Yeah, it cannot actually get out.
Okay.
And it looks around at all of you. Traitors all.
Oh, you figured out you have telepathy then.
We all have telepathy.
Yeah.
Yes, but this is our own little special communication.
No. Aside from you, you have removed yours. I can sense it.
Oh, you mean this?
The hell is that?
Oh,
I was going to say, can you still understand him because you don't have deep speech anymore?
Oh no, yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't understand him actually. Lanwar, that's the point.
fair enough.
Because he would absolutely be telepathizing in.
Deep speech.
That's a word. Deep speech. Yeah.
Deep speech.
Telepathically communicating.
Yeah. I like telepathizing. There you go. Empathizing.
This is
telepathizing.
your tutorial all over again, James.
I just hear.
Yeah, it
I
is.
keep on hearing the Can't it speak common,
You-
or at
yeah,
least?
So Lanmore, you feel a weird sort of. It's almost like best way I can describe it is if you were trying to read something in like ancient Greek. It's all just
Great.
weird letters to you, weird with a Y. Yeah, it's like trying to understand.
A doctor's
No,
A doctor's
the
handwriting.
H.P. Lovecraft volumes, really.
Yep.
It's all apostrophes and squiggles to you,
Esoteric.
like that just appear in midair.
letters
and
that
you're like,
shouldn't be
huh?
in.
Why
Which,
is-
you know, it
Yeah.
might not be a bad thing that you're not understanding this creature.
I keep
So-
on saying in different languages into the headset, trying to see if he speaks any other language.
Oh, he does. He's just. I mean, you've knocked him unconscious. He's not playing ball with you.
So, firstly, why
I
have you been doing this?
toss the dead thing beside him and walk off.
The hell
And
is
I
that?
start. I'm just gonna start looking around the room to see if things. will stay still.
Secondly, how do we get those out of our heads?
Oh, you can't. And well, let me answer those in order. Firstly, why not? For, well, aside for fun, but also to experiment, to push the boundaries. You surely understand this, addressing you, Pizzazz. You surely understand. Scientific breakthroughs and experimentation can only be achieved through trials, through testing, through tribulation.
Yes,
You
but
completely understand.
all my experiments are on the dead.
The dead.
Most people willingly volunteer for such experiments.
If he could wave a hand and sort of wave that off, he would, but he can't. Yes, yes.
You would-
Volunteers, but volunteers are often thin on the ground for more illicit experiments. We gave you a choice, and you acquiesced.
Yeah,
You
that's the
rely
thing
on
about
the
consent.
details.
It can be withdrawn.
He grumbles at this.
I
Your
looked back to
choices
him.
were death, or help
Right.
us, and you helped us.
Friend, please take off that headset off him.
You okay?
No, I just think if he's going to ignore me, I might as well ignore him too. And I don't want him listening to our conversations.
Fair enough. Pizzazz
Only-
will reach over and pull the thing off his head.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He can't.
Him
Yeah,
being
well,
paralysed,
he
he
can't.
doesn't resist.
Lanwar, only you hear in your head. They all screamed, you know. All the creatures, all the clones that you created in your forest, they all screamed as they were beset upon by the shadows. We watched with glee, and we noted our experiments. Would you like to hear the language of the bears when they're all torn asunder? Hmm? None of the rest of you hear or see any change in his facial expressions. Just Lanmore, you hear this. Your green dragon fought valiantly, but he too was implanted. He is one of us now. All of your goblin fodder, they belong to us. Everything on that layer belongs to us now.
All your bears are belong to us.
Your pets.
Oh, shit. You immediately castled it. Well, okay.
He's unconscious.
All right. Well, wisdom save. Well, he might succeed. The rest of you just watch as Lanwar.
Oh,
You
he's
hear a
fine.
Dolores bell clang out in midair, and the mind flare just closes its eyes, and then blinks away. Just this evil chuckling laugh in your head, Lanwar. So you do care for them. That is good. Know that they suffered greatly. Yeah, so that was an action to cast. The rest of you, you see Lanwar just turning towards this creature and beginning to cast spells at it while it just lies there.
I'm not gonna stop.
Lan,
alright
whatever
there,
it's
Lan?
saying to you, ignore it.
Are we just going to kill it now? Because I can just punch it in its face.
Yeah. Leon raises.
Smash it, ugly little lying face.
Once we have the information that we need, you can do whatever you want to it.
Ah, so then there is no reason for me to tell the truth. If you're going to kill me anyway, I will become one with the Scion network.
Does
It is
anyone have
fine.
any
Think
truth?
about killing you. We could just torture you.
I doubt you could.
Wanna bet?
I'm
We place pointed objects.
Has anyone got any salt?
I'm
No, not that. Ah. No. As you say, wanna bet, Leon, he looks round at you, and you hear, so finally you speak up.
Been speaking the whole time, dude.
I will not grace you with any more knowledge. I will speak only to the wizard.
Wow.
Only you understand. Only you understand. And it's coming across now, not desperate, but he knows he's outnumbered. He's paralyzed and he's tied up, and he physically cannot break the paralysis, unless actually how
Because it's
long does it last?
dominate monster.
Yeah, so you can use your action to control the
Yes.
finer points. So essentially, you're concentrating this entire time, right?
Yeah.
On making sure he does not move in the slightest, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I will speak only to the one who understands. And he looks at Pizzazz. I will speak only to you. The rest must wait outside.
Pizzazz says, "Okay," and
These are my terms. You can
Yeah.
kill me or accept them.
okay, and through the headpieces, he says, "I'll open all the channels."
Mhm.
So
He grins. You see him for the first time, his facial expression shift into a grin.
mhm.
How the hell does he grin with the tentacles?
I don't know.
Okay.
Do elephants
Squid-
have teeth?
Or spread
They
apart.
do.
Really?
They
I
have
thought
like
it had beak.
they have like a beaked maw covered
Yeah.
in tentacles. You can vaguely make out an imperceptible shifting of the tentacles at the side of its face, moving upwards slightly. There you go. Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It smiles.
It's
Do elephants have mouths?
They do.
And
Pizzazz, can you get him to open his mouth, please?
Pizzazz will snap his fingers and make him open his mouth.
He cannot resist.
Push into his mouth an immovable rod and click it.
Oh,
Just for a bit of safety.
damn.
damn. Okay. It's getting darker. Okay, that's it.
We haven't started that yet. We haven't started to get down yet.
Hmm.
Just to make sure he can't move regardless of what happens without doing some serious harm to himself.
So are you putting it in sideways or like front to back or what?
Shoving it down his throat.
Right
Look
now.
like a hot dog, just straight down.
And as he pushes it down with his finger, he clicks the button.
Just gonna roll. His gag reflex is okay. Never thought I would have to roll for the gag reflex of a mind flare, but that audience, the
Thank you for
GMs, you understand me.
Yep.
You
Yep.
understand chaotic neutral parties.
Yep.
The rest of you will wait outside. I will speak only to the wizard now.
What's he saying?
He's saying we should all wait outside, so
As the whip is just lashing at the side of him.
Yeah, you're just
Man.
cracking the whip. It's just whacking off the harmless because it's what 30 feet? Oh, 60 feet.
60
Okay.
feet.
Yeah, you can hit him if you want.
Oh, it's
You can't-
whacking
you
everyone
can't
off,
shield.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
he,
Someone said.
So
He
are you
cracks-
all
the whip next
Yeah.
to him. Like,
perfect? There's like a sting in the air, and he might be flinching in his mind. You can't tell because he's paralyzed in place.
Mind flinch.
My quad.
I,
Are you all waiting outside while Pizzazz?
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
would-
I want
outside.
Lan to come with me so we can
Or-
search these other mind flayers for some more stone tablets.
Excellent,
Ooh, good
excellent.
Come on, Lan.
I'm gonna hoist
I
this
look-
one over my shoulder just because this one might have one as well.
Perfect.
As I'm leaving, I want my little Junkrat thing with to stay in the room.
Tiny dragon.
You're a dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair actually.
Because he's not gonna know that's there.
Yeah. I'll roll a quick stealth check for it. Oh yeah, no,
Hell
it's a stealthy boy. It's hiding behind. Actually, the mind flayer is behind that tube there, so it can actually be right behind that cube there, and it doesn't have a mind per se to be.
I whispered instructions to it as I left to bite its throat out if it does anything.
Damn, you guys.
You
He's threatened a lot of my stuff, and so he's.
you hear a chaotic sort of Junkrat giggle at that. But Pizzazz, you're left alone with and completely alone now, aside from the disfigured corpses of the creatures that were in the Scion pods here. Nearly a dozen of them, in fact, died, head exploded when the psychic scream emitted from the chief scientist. What do you want to ask this creature? What do you want to talk about? As its eyes look and bore pretty much directly into yours.
Okay. So, firstly, it would be. Well, he's already answered why. He said that we can't get the worms out. Pizzazz would point out that he's already seen that Lan has. Now he will tell us how to get the rest of them out.
Once we implant the worms, they cannot be removed. The fact that your friend managed it is quite interesting. I would love very much to take notes on him. Surrender him to me and I will let the rest of you leave.
You're not in a position of power here.
But still worth a try though, right?
Don't laugh, that's creepy. Anyway. Right.
I know your friends are listening.
You're smarter than I gave you credit for.
While the worms are in your head, they communicate to us. Everyone, every other illithid in the room, every other creature in the room knows you're there.
There are no other illithids left.
Well, not now. Not in this room, but they surround you. This is not just a simple operation. You will not get beyond the walls of our base. It is hopeless to resist. But if you, as a scientist, surrender your companions, we could learn so much from them. And you
refer to me
will
as a
be allowed to live. Indeed.
I don't see myself as a scientist. The scientist in the family is my sister. It would probably have been better to grab her.
How do you know we didn't?
Because if you did, there would be hell would have no. There would be no whatever the phrase is.
Hell hath no
Hell hath
fury.
no fury.
Hellward hath no fury like a gnome scorned, is that right?
Exactly.
Hmm. I do not fear hell.
Who says you're going to that hell? I've been to hell. Hell's a walk in the park to what I will do.
You have questions for me?
What is
I
this
said I would.
organization?
How about a question for a question? I have no way of making you agree to my terms, but I would like it nonetheless. A final
You've
final
watched us for the
request
last
before you
100
destroy
years.
me. Yes,
You've
but I've
watched
never
us
been
for the
able to
last 100
converse. I've never been able to converse with the Noids.
You've been unable to converse, but you have seen everything that we have done. You've seen numerous versions of ourselves die at different points. You have seen every permutation we have done. What else would you need to know?
1,000 viewings is not enough to understand a Noid lifetime. And a Noid's perspective. This is why we took you, for your perspective. But I will, in a show of good faith, I will answer your question.
What this thing does.
Sorry. Say again what the question was. I've forgotten it.
What is
Whoa!
this organization?
We work. We work to bring our exalted leader into this realm.
Not possible.
Oh, but it is. We have viewed you many times. Your kobold scientist who expired 900 cycles ago. We observed his dealings. He created cracks in the boundaries of the plane and was able to bring forth walks between the planes without the need for keys. We simply expounded on that.
Yes, and that nearly destroyed Sigil.
Nearly is the word we use to describe a near defeat.
And he's a hell of a lot smarter than you are. You will fail.
He has deceased. Subject 1 is deceased.
He's still smarter than you.
So you say, number 2. Anything else you wish to know?
I'm just reading this side chat. Trying to think.
Well, while you're thinking, let's skip sideways to the other group. In all seriousness, you guys aren't cooking the mind flayers. You put them all in the pods, you said.
Yeah.
So these pods are built for one person. The ones all up in this room are full, and Pizzazz is questioning the head scientist in there. Junkrat's one is pretty much hermetically sealed. So that gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
And at least
8,
half
9,
of them are filled
10.
with broken glass as well.
Yeah, that gives you 11 pods. Some of them have been flipped onto their sides by the force of a bomb exploding. Some of them have been pretty much punched through. That gives you maybe... Actually, I'll tell you what. I'll roll a d10. Cool, that gives you 6 that are still intact, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 Mind Flayer bodies. So how are we... So how are we doing this maths, and how many bags of holding do you have?
How high a strength check would it be to compress a mind flare till we fit like 2 or 3 into a puff?
I mean, depending
I will
on
let
if
you-
you Yeah, depending on if you play them like octopuses and they don't actually have bones.
Yeah. It's
You
more
can
like silly
squish
pussy
them
though.
in.
You press down one side of them and the other side pops out and squishes away.
Oh, that's perfect.
I'm gonna get covered in ink.
Okay, what
Yeah.
we do?
All right.
We tie
I'll
him in
let
a
you
knot.
roll. Oh god.
I've Eldritch
going
Blast the one in front of me.
There's
'cause,
there's still the Silver Arcanite River as well, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
And the doors to the south.
This is
Cause-
this is funny. Yeah.
But were you gonna search them first?
Yeah, we're gonna search them first,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I'm gonna compress them.
Oh,
Okay. You find all of them have level 2 key cards essentially, and we'll say we roll a d8. There you go. 2 of them have robes that are intact enough to pass for disguises if you want them. Medium humanoid. So sorry, Glack. You'll need to find a short little Babbins
We just have
mind flare.
we just have Glack on one of ours heads. So we
Oh
look
my
a
god.
bit taller.
Glack on pizzazz.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, but
I'm-
yeah, you find 2 passable costumes and 10, because you had one already. Brings your total up to 11 level 2 key cards.
I may be a bit tall for. Wait.
I mean, we're going for tall and not a bit too chunky for being elephant. But okay. Yeah,
Do
you're a
that
bit
for-
tall and wink.
How tall is Landwehr, actually?
That is all you find in this room pretty much. It's fairly Spartan, there, aside from the scientific tech that you pretty much blew apart with the bomb.
I don't know what he's done to me, but somehow I can do this. And I do another Eldritch Blast at one of our squids.
Yeah, so you go to create one sort of like a beam, like you feel a strange sort of. You went for Pact of the Chain, right?
Yeah.
So you notice intermingled in one of your tattoos on your arms, there's like a dragon, sort of clockwork, mechanical dragon that binds itself around your hand, and you point your hand out and you go to create one beam, but 4 of them spike out from each point of the cogwheel and blast into the mind flare. And, oh shit, yeah, didn't mean to do that, kind of thing. You only meant to create one. The other 3 go just firing off into various points on the thing. It's a weird experience.
I don't know quite what he's given me, so I'm still experimenting with these.
Yeah, I don't remember you being able to do
Just
that
try
before.
not to kill us. Okay?
And there are
Wouldn't
as
be your
well still
fault.
the doors to the south as well.
I want to try something whilst we're here.
I'm just going to
I-
very quickly move all the dead mind flares over to one corner of the room.
I'm not a dead mind flare.
You are now.
It's just a game.
Disguise self as a dead mind flayer.
There we go. You shove them all in various pods. And
You wanna
and
grab-
whatnot.
grab these ones.
Yeah,
and I'll
I'm
move
putting
my
those over
character.
now.
Yeah.
There we go. They're all quote unquote hidden
Yeah, they've been
amidst the
compressed.
destruction of this room when a bomb went off.
They've been.
Oh, I've got another idea for when I get back into that room as well.
Okay.
Yeah, currently they're
Um,
being squashed into size, so we can put them.
But yeah, so you guys are pretty much making sashimi and just placing them all in the pods that are still intact and draping and sweeping and mopping that room.
Yeah.
Shawarma,
I
cafe
wa-
style.
I want to
They
try.
floated in the molten silver arcanite.
Landmark.
I want to try something whilst without using the key card. I want to try that to see if that will open the door.
On off.
Yeah.
Electronic device within range as long as the device has a clearly defined on or off function that can be easily accessed from the outside of the device. Software-based shutdown sequence. There you go. That's why I gave that. These doors have a specific key card. You could definitely use the key that Junkrat gave you if you wanted to burn a couple of uses on this door. As you hold your level 2 card, sort of as you get closer, you see a strange symbol on the keypad, which the others are able to translate is level 3.
Also, I was reading on off is a cantrip that you just automatically get with Ghost in the Machine. So instead of actually choosing that as one of your cantrips, if you add the Warlock Magic Initiative feat and use that to add that cantrip in, and choose an actual other cantrip that you want.
Yeah, you gain the on-off cantrip and
Okay. I'll worry
So
about that later.
everyone that got the Warlock levels, you'd be able to add that Magic Initiative feat.
Yeah, it's just the infallible relay, remote access, arcane hacking, and digital phantom are added to the warlock spell, so you can choose those if you want to. Folks at home were using Ghost in the Machine Unearthed Arcana, which I'm quite excited about. You could attempt to use your information surge if you want to.
It was more. I always want to see if it worked. If it doesn't work, it's
Um,
more just experimentation rather than actually trying to make that work. It was like
with the cantrip that doesn't open these particular doors, sadly.
I'd probably bet a fair bit that the chief scientist dude's got a level 3, right?
Speaking of which, let's whiz back over to Pizzazz and the chief scientist. Pizzazz.
Okay. I didn't really think of anything else to ask.
That's all right.
Do you
It's
have
entirely
a free
okay.
key card?
Because that's to say, you say question for a question. What's yours?
So you agree? What is your end game here? You surely know you will not make it out alive. Even if you do destroy all of us, even if you do come face to face with our leader himself, you will be dead before you even know what hit you. What possibly could be your end game when you could side with us? It is better to be at someone's right hand than in their path. Surely you must understand this. Your journeys through countless Noid worlds, through the maze, through the Buttercup's lair, through the memories of your friends, snorts at the word God. God. Through the house, I watched in fascination as you explored that place. And you learned things I could never know.
And in all your viewings, did you not realise something?
If he could
Noids
shrug, he
are
would.
stubborn.
He looks off to one side. I had not considered that possibility.
If you tell us we can't do something, we will sure as hell do it. You say we won't survive leaving this place? We took on a god, we survived. We can surely handle anything that you throw at us.
At this, he sort of bows, like he closes his eyes, and sort of in that sort of gesture of being consigned to this fate. If you say so. You must know that you cannot leave me here. I will have to raise the alarm.
Come with me. And Pizzazz will walk out towards the silver fountain.
No, you will come back here.
No, you will come with me.
Dominate monster.
And snap his fingers.
I'm going to need a contested, so because you still have the worm in your head, which he commands, I'm going to need an intelligence save from you to be able to issue this command, which is harmful to him. He was toying with you the whole time.
Nick his key card first.
Fuck.
Well,
So you go to turn, and you hear the words, and you hear like a... inside your head, and you stay put. Now, untie me.
As the if Pizzazz starts to untie him, that thing's gonna bite his throat out. My little servant.
You
Run,
make it.
run.
But before you do, you make an intelligence save. You make another intelligence save.
Mhm.
You get one for each action. He unfortunately had to use one of them to tell you to stay put. So you don't begin untying him, but you do stay there. I said. Smart. I should have had the half-orc stay put.
Which one?
No matter. He will soon meet the same fate as you.
Are you okay in there, Pizzazz? You hear for the headset.
Tell them yes, everything is fine.
How the hell did he hear?
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Yes, everything's fine.
Good.
Can I roll
Now
insight?
drop concentration on this spell and let me leave.
Can I roll insight on that?
You can.
Ooh.
I don't
He
know.
seems okay. Yeah, you're not insightful, really.
Leon's dumb.
He commands you to drop concentration.
My passive insight's 21. Can I hear anything odd in his...
Something a little strained, like something is catching at the back of his throat. Because as you guys make another intelligence save
See
before
the
you carry out his command.
Boom.
No,
pact-
there is no way you're letting him loose.
pact of the chain thing? Does that... Am I linked to the little thing?
Yeah, you hear you get like a little dee 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 danger landlord
Danger,
landlord
danger.
Bite
danger
it.
landlord forbode danger.
It gets issued the order bite its throat out.
Okay, yeah, it flies at the thing and it's paralyzed, so it has advantage. It misses
You missed
because
the
it's only got a
stationary
plus.
stuff.
It's only got so much to plus. It doesn't roll because he's got a 20 AC.
You okay, Lama?
So it misses.
Go!
And you hear,
Oh.
armor too thick, cannot compute. You all run into the room, and he's going to issue a final command, I think, to Pizzazz.
Okay.
What would it be? I've
I
got
was
a
gonna
good
say,
one.
can I try to attack him as well?
Actually, yeah, you can, because you know what? He's had a couple of commands, and you've succeeded twice, so you could, in theory, at this point, turn around.
Okay. So, well, don't even turn back towards him. But I cast Mind Sliver at him.
Ooh. Psychic damage, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. You watch as he... well, he rolls an intelligence save first, actually, quite frankly.
I think it's halved either way. He's got 1 point.
Which he has. Here's his stat block. Oh, come on. Loading.
I'll
Beyond.
probably be quite high, but
He's got +3. So it's that. Oh, no, not 21. Jesus Christ.
Gee,
No,
he's got
that-
+3, so 21.
No. It went too high. He's got a plus to... Where's the stat block on? He's got +14, so it is a 28, though.
yeah. Okay.
+21. Can you imagine? God's
Yeah.
sake. Yeah, so you watch as he just looks at the sliver of arcane energy and cocks his head to one side. We'll get a very quick initiative order, actually, because he might be able to break concentration on you before anything else happens. I mean, he's got 1 hit point, so all you need to do is just beat him.
I was
really.
going to say, does the Mind Sliver not do half damage on a success?
No, it's a cantrip.
Ah, fair enough.
It's all or nothing.
And he has
That's why the 47 on the Toll of the Dead did nothing earlier.
I know for the Toll of Dead, yeah. I don't know Mind Sliver, basically. I thought it was level 1 spell for some reason.
Nah.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of Dex, but if he rolls a crit, he goes first. Oh,
Close.
oh man, oh god. So he and Glack act simultaneously. I'm just gonna get one action off on him before Glack just demolishes him. Quite frankly, because it's funner that way. And he's gonna command Pizzazz to wall of force around the two of them.
I don't
So-
have it prepared, so you can tell me to do it.
Or some sort of concentration spell. Like he knows what spells you would have because he's seen your spell book. Some form of concentration spell that would drop your concentration on dominate monster and also keep your friends away.
You have wall of. Would you have any of the walls, basically?
Any sort of wall.
I'm just looking through my spell to see if I've actually got any walls. I don't think I do.
Then
Uh,
then it will just be a drop concentration thing then.
Just polymorph.
yeah, polymorph.
Yeah, polymorph your friends into slugs. There you go.
I mean, something like that. Yeah.
There you go. He says, polymorph your friends into slugs.
Aim
So
at me.
You get an
Oh, me.
intelligence save to not obey the effect, and if you succeed, that's his turn anyway. Which so you just look round at him and go, mate, what? No, they're my friends. And he just looks back at you as if to say, well, shit. And then Glack rushes in with darts and punches, basically. Glack, how do you take this thing? Do you kill him this time, or do you just knock him unconscious again?
I think
Kill that.
what I do is I'd reach into his mouth, unclick my movable VoD, and just pull it out through the front of his face.
Damn.
And just wrench it through.
Now
Tell you
we're
what,
getting
roll me a strength check. Athletics, actually, it would be if you got proficiency.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pull his head
Um,
off.
Yeah, you pretty much. He's like a. What's the name of that puppet? Is it Zippy?
Zippy is a puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the orange thing with the really wide mouth. Yeah,
With the zip.
he looks
Yeah.
like that now. Yeah,
Oh yes, and Zippy.
Yes.
yeah, he looks like just a sock puppet now. Top of his head just hanging off, and he collapses to the ground. He's most definitely dead.
Nick
Okay,
is.
you
And
don't
all
get
of
to
your
hang
left-
out with squids anymore.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's apparently a bad idea. Go through his pockets. He's probably got a key card.
Yeah, going through his pockets, you find his spellbook, which has a couple of high-level spells, Pizzazz, which you can easily copy down later. Post-adventure, you probably won't have time
I just hand it.
before
over.
that.
It goes into my bag.
Yeah, I just
And he
hand it.
has, and he has a level. What would this be?
3 or 4, probably.
It would be a level 4 keycard, yeah, because he's the chief scientist.
Yeah.
Level 4 keycard.
Level 4 key card.
Out of a possible 25.
It's something.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
No, but that's the last of the threats in this sort of area dealt with. I assume you take him with you, either stuff him in a pod, or what sort of thing do you want to do with him? You can take his brain if you want.
What's left?
Oh, I mean, I was gonna cast Raise Dead and have a couple of these guys walk around with us.
Ooh.
You can absolutely do that. Is that a ritual? Hour casting? 10-minute casting?
Let me double check.
I don't know in 5e.
Yeah, because the rest of you could, in theory, short rest if Pizzazz does this over an hour. Can't remember what Raise Dead does.
It's not Raise Dead, it's Animate Dead.
Got animate.
Animate Dead. The 3rd level spell.
I think animate dead's pretty quick.
Or Bones of the Earth, I think you have.
Bones of the Earth is not a undead spell. It's like summon rocks.
Yeah, it's Summon Pillars, essentially.
Good spell. Like very
Yeah.
good spell. Type of a skeleton or a zombie. Instantaneous. Casting time 1 minute.
Yeah.
So we
That
don't have long,
works.
we don't have short rest time, unfortunately.
Oh, I've not actually got it prepared, it's only in my spell book.
Well, shit.
But I think I have a thing that I can
Oh, you're actually high enough level for that. I know the wizards have a thing for that, but I don't know what level it is. Wizards are so cool if they get to high levels.
Create Undead, 6th level spell. Create
Undead's
Undead, that's the 6th level spell.
Yeah, I've
big
not
one.
actually gone prepared.
Oh, I thought I gave you that with the Dance Macabre. That was the one I gave you.
Yeah, Des Macabre is like temporary zombies.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a ritual, but it is in my spellbook. Would you allow a?
Did I give you Bones of the Earth? Because I meant to give you
Yep, I've got both of those.
yeah. I meant to with your staff. I meant to give you Create Undead.
Alright.
I thought I looked at Bones of the Earth. I must have not read the spell description.
Fair.
You just
Yeah.
saw bones. Oh, that'll do.
Bones
It's
of the Earth. That must be the undead one at 6th level. Having not read Create Undead yet. Yeah, that's the one.
Fair.
Always read everything, GMs, before you gift things. Yeah, just swap that out, and
So
you can
what's
have that if
first
you
one?
want. So
Create
swap out Create Undead for Bones of the Earth.
Other way around.
Same amount of charges.
I'm gonna cast this. I'll tell everyone beforehand, but I'm gonna cast the
Healing Spirit.
hearing spirit so everyone can start going
Yeah.
through.
Okay.
Those
Or
of you
should
who
we just
conga
take
through
a
it can get the
Conga.
average 35.
short rest?
And appreciate it, short rest.
Yeah.
You've cast it already.
Yeah, I've cast it so everyone can go through it.
What does Healing Spirit do for you?
Lasts for a minute and
But
basically it heals for what 1d
And-
6.
Yeah,
Six.
10 die 6 total, an average of 35 if you want to take the average.
the only issue with Create Undead is I don't have any onyxes.
Do you have a? Actually, it's got like a cost, doesn't it?
It's
Yes.
it's part of
Yeah.
your spell staff.
Okay.
Oh yeah, if
You can-
it's
yeah,
bound spells don't require components.
it's built into the staff because Qualish would be casting that every day.
Fair enough.
Shout out
So
to bound
average
spells.
of-
Because I do
35.
have that prepared, and that's what Pizzazz was actually using to create his army of undead.
That'll be why I gave you Bones of the Earth then.
Yeah,
But never mind. Now you have it constantly, and you can swap out that spell.
fair enough. Okay.
Sorry, folks at home. Rules,
fine.
lawyery, crap. Are we short resting, or are we just taking Bob's hit points?
The heal is good enough for me with that.
All right.
I haven't really used many. The only resource I've used to come back on a long rest, which you don't have time for. So
I just don't have that many key points left, but
I mean,
Celebi.
if we do a short rest, I can get my pack spells back.
Mm-hmm. Pack spells, key points, wild shapes all come back on
Yes.
short rests.
the wild shapes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
it was long rest. It's been a while.
So if we essentially barricade this room, or if we go back into the other room,
Yeah, it's got maybe
drag
the
the
other
three
room.
scientist body with us.
Yeah.
Pizzazz will create undead on a bunch of them.
Have a bunch of balls.
It's up to 3 of them. And they become ghouls, but they still look like mind flayers. Well, they essentially have the ghoul statistics. Yeah, and we'll do that. It only takes me a minute to cast, but we can short rest in that time. Everyone up for that?
Lovely.
Cool.
If I was to use remote access, would I be able to alter it so only we could open the doors? Or is that not what the remote access does? Yeah.
If you read out what remote access does, or post it in the
I'll
chat
post
for
it
me
in the
real
chat.
quick. Thank you. So I don't have all these tabs open.
So many tabs.
No,
As if it were in your hands. Mechanical functions. Remote access, one device at a time. So that's more. This would more like hacking, so that only your terminal would be able to use it,
Okay.
more than a remote sort of.
Then I'll use
Hacking?
arcane hacking then.
Yeah, no, that's a spell that you can use. In fact.
Something will work.
I'm gonna use Junkrat's arcane hacking on the doors, so we can.
Yeah.
I'll use both my pact things to do both the doors.
Okay. Yeah. So arcane hacking, you gain advantage on intelligence checks using hacking tools. To break software encryption on online security using foreign systems, and allows you to break second level and lower protective spells such as arcane lock, glyph of warding, etc., etc. So, fun fact: if you use that on the level 2 doors, you're able to break through. Roll me an intelligence check. Which door do you want to do first? The top door or
I'll do the
side door?
the store first.
Yeah, we're going down here, I believe. aren't
Sorry,
we?
where are you going to?
We're all gonna walk into the lower room, and
So you're taking your rest
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
Good to know.
also dragging the chief scientist with us as well.
Yeah, understandable.
Are his robes usable as well, or are they heavily maimed?
I mean, I'm about to essentially bring him back.
Oh yeah, but if he's covered in blood and torn up to shit.
Oh, that's fine. I can sort that out.
Okay.
Actually, do I have mending?
20.
No, that's one of the cantrips that I don't have.
Oh god damn
One
it.
of the very, very few cantrips. So Bob, you managed to pretty much. Junkrat would be proud, in fact, because that's the same sort of thing he used to stop the mind flayers accessing his door in his cryotube. So you close that door there and sort of melt the lock.
Yeah. I want to back it so that only we can open it.
And the southern one.
Okay.
That's
Guidance to you,
Okay.
It's the bigger
just
door.
in case.
And you all know this spell as well, so some of you could easily be helping.
So.
Oh no, wait, sorry. You have it with arcane hacking. You have advantage on intelligence checks. You have advantage.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. So I'll just roll that again.
I was going to say,
Well,
if we
the
take the
first
20 and the
one-
14 as your
Yeah, the 20
first
and
one.
the 20 and the 14 were the first roll, is what I mean. So roll
All right.
Roll again.
advantage for the second one
So just roll
with
it.
guidance.
Roll intelligence check again.
Even worse. Roll guidance.
14.
Cunts.
Roll your d4.
Re-
Might be
roll
enough.
you.
Get a
Yeah,
4. Hey, 3's good.
So,
No, not
Three,
bad
I
though.
think.
So you very successfully get that one to work. This one is a bit more complicated. You manage to get one to lock in place, and the other one is fritzing occasionally, like one time out of every 10 or 15 tries. You bring like a foreign one close, and it occasionally fritzes out and stops the door from working, but other times it opens like halfway. It's an okay patch. It would certainly slow people down if there were multiple of them coming up from that direction.
So it doesn't make a difference in proficient intelligence.
That's for saving throws.
Sorry, Bob.
I
The-
thought
the-
I'd ask.
The door isn't attacking you.
Yeah.
Yet, yeah.
Let me just roll very quickly.
it's a mimic.
Roll for door
Okay.
attack.
The whole tower's a mimic, actually.
Would Pizzazz recognise that the second one didn't work properly?
you're intelligent enough and arcanely minded, and your little heads-up display shows partial lock. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So in that case, I will also cast Arcane Hacking.
Alright.
And try to lock the one that is Fritz partial locked.
Okay, there is a chance of this going wrong so that the door might not be able to be opened at all, just so you're aware, now that there's
Fine.
two different sources.
If all spells will break it down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a
An advantage intelligence check it is.
Hell yeah.
25.
You see where Lanwar has gone wrong?
Mm-hmm.
The bomb blast from earlier blew like a shard of glass and a bit of metal into the side paneling. You quickly remove that and sort of move some wires around, tie them off. Tink would be proud, Junkrat would be proud, in fact. And you are able to click the door and get it closed and open however you want.
Cool.
I'm not quite used to his kind of tech things. You know me, I'm nature-minded.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yes. But I think we can probably rest here safely.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. I'll roll a d20.
I will get the little junk bot to keep an eye on this bottom door. And
Sorry, how much healing did we get from your healing spirit earlier?
35.
35.
Is that each or?
Yeah.
Yep, we conquered through.
Dun 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 dun.
Okay.
Leon's going to spend some hit dice to fully heal.
You rolled a 15 on d20. I'm going to do a couple of hit dice as well.
Short rest.
Short.
Why not?
As you're resting, you get about halfway through
There we go.
your long rest. You get about half an hour in before you begin to hear sort of not quite shuffling, not quite tapping noises, but weird sort of almost intrusions at the back of your mind. Everyone except Lanwar, obviously.
Got an itch.
Just an itch.
Mm-hmm.
As if of like you and you've heard this sort, you felt this sort of thing before. It's the kind of pinging that you get whenever sending is being cast or a message or something. It's like a reroute of a system. It's almost like a mobile phone's buzz when you receive a message.
Oh god, squids are incoming.
However, the second half an hour passes seemingly without incident.
That's convenient. Jeez, how many hit points were you down, Dion?
I'm not quite full health yet, but
Hilariously, if I didn't roll the middle one, I would still be at full health. Because that 13.
Having taken a brief respite
Brent,
after destroying all the mind flayers in the scientific wing,
Mm-hmm.
where would you like to go?
So, Pizzazz is going to, during the last bit of the thing, he's going to raise up the chief scientist and two of the mind flayers using Create Undead.
Mm-hmm.
friends, I have an idea to get rid of our pesky little brain thing, but I don't know if you're one to do it now, because it is a fairly handy spell to use if we're
What
in
are you
trouble.
going to do?
Oh, you've seen it before. Wait, no, maybe not all of you. I have the ability to transform all of us.
Oh, I know the kind of thing you mean.
I could transfer us into large enough creatures that our little junk bot friend here can dragon thing can maybe pull out your head worm things.
I'd say maybe in a little while. It's a very handy spell to have.
Leon, you weren't there, but the rest of you do remember seeing Lanmore sort of cringe in pain as the thing was wrenched from his cerebral cortex as well. And that was using guidance, and it may not be painless to remove them that way. Entirely possible, might not be painless.
So maybe do it a little while on that one.
Maybe they just die if we kill everybody.
That's also true.
That usually works.
Killing everything usually does work, yeah.
Plus, if we get rid of them now, we may miss out on some important information.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't seem to understand, but you do. Why is that? Oh, yes, I know why.
We are very wise people. Sarcastic.
Those little critters must be translating all this garbled nonsense that they speak in weird writing.
Yes, I remember reading this ancient text about a hitchhiker that travelled through the galaxy.
Yeah. I think I've seen
He came across a similar creature that was placed into his ear and translated all languages for him.
Seems too far fetched.
I think I read it too.
Completely though.
Maybe
It's
if
like Vagrant's Guide to the Realms or something like that.
Sorry, it sounds too far-fetched to the monk who, just because he has mastery over the key in his body, can understand all languages. Sorry,
It seems
that's
ridiculous.
what you're
You
going
put something in your ear.
Healthy eating! Healthy eating makes you understand all languages.
Oh my god, that's
if you
what it is.
sample everybody's cuisine,
Meditation.
eventually you learn.
I sit on the floor for a bit, I think about things, and I know French now. What do you want from me? This school would
That's not
be
how it
so
works.
easy.
Eat a croissant in the morning, speak French.
Yeah.
Paella for lunch, Spanish. It's the monk's way.
The monk's way!
Just don't confuse your croissants with your poissons.
That is true.
I mean, it
Small breakfast
does.
roll, small chicken.
Pizza in
Bit of a difference.
the evening. It's Italian.
Mm.
The spell will last quite
Sorry,
a while
speaking
as
of you.
well.
Where do you go after your short rest, people?
I would go south, it's got the best number, right?
Well,
To be
doubled
honest, I would-
wars. Silver River's weird. Let's go south.
Yeah. Would we have noticed which if there was like a level 4 door in the other chamber room?
In the other chamber, let me just zoom out on my bigger map. That would lead to that room. Sorry, I've just got so many tabs.
Mhm.
Leads to room 9, so that would be. That would be level 3.
So south is level 3.
Yeah, I think we should go through this one, honestly.
No, northwest is this one up here is a level 3 door.
Yeah.
That one there is a level 4 door.
Ah! Okay. Well, we have the 4 key card. And I hold it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
So let's go.
yeah.
entirely up to you. You head through the southern.
Well, we've
door.
got control over that door. Anyway,
Press the...
let me peek through first.
Yep.
And Dion shovel Anwar through.
I basically want to look for that door and see if what I can see.
Perfect.
We have a cave troll.
Ah, they have a table.
The most perceptive one should at least have a look.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
By fireball comes
So
out.
you're in that area, which is area. So these, as you poke your head through, you hear a weird sort of clicking and chittering of metal just clacking off of stone floors. Water is seeping into this hall through just cracks in the walls and through just areas. Like that particular area there, you can hear the rush of that sort of what must be the Arcanite River. So just sort of faint little oozing trickles of silvery sort of water, almost grey slime, you know.
Hear the colour.
Yeah.
With
There's
the marching
obviously
order.
there's obviously a doorway there. There is what looks to be some sort of carved tunnel further down, and a stone tunnel to the south. This area here is being patrolled around by two, and there can be no other word for it, metallic scorpions. They put you in real mind of the Mecha Behir that you fought in the Last Hope Inn. And as you glance at all these things, one of them, let's roll really quickly. Ooh. What's his passive perception? It doesn't seem to notice you immediately, but you see just a giant metallic-looking scorpion. Two of them, patrolling each area.
Push back a bit and get them to close the door. And explain. Yes, there's some of those mecha here looking things in there.
Yeah.
They could be here.
Oh,
Like that big a room.
I'm not sure if we really want to fight. Weren't they? We had to. Yes. I had to use that spell I was suggesting earlier. Last time we fought one of those. And if if they've stolen any of Junkrat's knowledge or anything to make those things, I dread to think how.
Well, don't you
we're
guys have...
going to
Sorry.
get past those things?
Well, don't you guys have those weird tech powers now? You can just mind control them or something. Maybe they work for us.
Might not be able to control them though. However, the chiefs did say that Junkrat expired over 900 cycles ago. So probably 90 years ago. And I'm assuming they probably wouldn't been able to access his memory, seeing as he seemingly transferred it into the Matrix. So they would have only had 10 years, roughly, to get his information. I don't think that they would have been able to do that.
Also, there's a chance that the keycard might work on them.
There's a chance of that as well.
Because I can't imagine they attack every official.
Pizzazz will hold up the Junkrat card and say, "I've also got this."
There's
If they are
also a
bait,
chance
if they,
that attacking them with lightning could kill them, like they make a big hero.
There's a chance as well.
Because that's how that one ended up dying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't resistant to lightning.
Okay.
But they may have improved on that design.
It is
They-
possible, but
These
It's an
constructs, these constructs didn't look like the Mecha Behir in that some of it was, Junkrat tech, half cyborg, half breacher. These things look to be composed almost completely of this metal carapace. They look like giant scorpions, but metal. That is what you saw as you looked through.
Because we've got the chief scientist and two of the others, if we had the chief take
Walking
up
past.
take up the
The lead.
vanguard or the front, and the other two behind, it would look like they're just transferring us somewhere.
Yeah.
And because they work here, theory dictates that
They would follow
those
the
patrol
orders of
bots,
the
yeah, they wouldn't
scientists.
attack them.
Yeah, that seems fair. So I guess that was which way are we going? If that works.
Out the nearest door. Let's not push our luck, maybe.
It's
I
either,
thought-
it's
I know
either,
that's after that.
it's either that one, or I think going that way is just a good plan in general, because I kind of want
There
that
was-
one, but the door does
yeah.
seem a good idea, and it goes the same way. So,
Mhm.
I mean, it's a carved tunnel. It's got to be an escape tunnel.
That's not the carved one. That
no, that was the card
Car-
one. This was the card.
carved's
Yeah,
here.
yeah, that's the one I mean.
Yeah,
And
it's going the same
the tunnel-
direction, so it
and
might meet up
there's
later on.
Water from the here.
You're off.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of going towards the Silver Lake again. Honestly,
Mhm.
Well, I certainly hope your idea works.
if it doesn't, I'll try using the keypad and on one, and you can use the Junkrat rod
Mhm.
on the other one. If that doesn't work, we beat the shit out of them.
There's always a good plan B.
Yeah. We actually have three
Well,
plans.
technically, beating the shit out of them is Plan C.
Yeah, we actually have three plans. This shows how much effort we're putting in.
Yeah, I'm genuinely impressed.
Right, so yep,
Okay,
we'll
then.
get the Chief Ghoul to take point. Pizzazz will probably follow after him.
Leon will be like in the
What-
middle because I can give you guys buffs if you're close.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll probably be at the back.
You know
but-
what? Let's move
be
to the
it.
map, shall we?
Yeah.
I'll be at the back with Dion as well.
Just drag your characters in. Just 1 second.
Is that his
Copy.
name? Scaladar.
Yeah.
Isn't
Oh
that the
yeah,
name
you
of-
don't. You don't know what names these things are.
It's Terrence and Dave.
Terrence and Dave. Yeah. Just make
Bill-
these minis.
Another
bit
Dave.
smaller.
Another
Yes.
Dave. Anything mechanical is named Dave. Okay.
It's Bill and Ben, the Eviscerate Men.
It's Dave and Kevin.
It's Dave and Kevin. Yes.
Apologies. Just making your guys smaller.
Mega deal.
God's sake, Dion.
Yeah, I'd started moving and then you decided to
What
say.
is it?
Right.
What is it with you, Neil? Because Millie keeps ending up giant in the other campaign as well.
Oh no, Milligan's up
Right.
becoming tiny.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you had
It's nano's.
you had the ghouls going first, right? With Pizzazz. and then-
Chief Ghoul going first, and the other two taking up the rear.
Okay.
Glack,
Perfect.
where would you be?
Pizzazz in front of
Oh, I'll
me.
be
Me in the middle.
Up the front with Pizzazz, I think, unfortunately.
All right. You head into the room, and immediately these things, the one nearest you, because you're just strolling in, you're not being stealthy.
Mhm.
This one nearest to you turns around, and you all hear in your mind, including like if it wasn't undead, the creatures you would have would hear as well. Chief Officer, you are escorting these prisoners.
Shit.
And it looks to be waiting for a response.
Yes.
Can I try deception?
Oh, yeah, you do it.
Answer
You're better.
for him?
Okay.
Oh, I'm
well,
shit at deception.
you like so.
Am I good
So
at deception?
you're intelligent enough to realize
Mhm.
what the
No.
mind flare. Actually, I tell you what. Since you succeeded earlier, roll me an Arcana check.
What's my description? I'm good at persuasion. I'm really good at persuasion, actually. I'm okay at deception.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
I made the DC 35 because it was
Damn.
overly impossible. It was overly impossible. With what you know and what the head scientist told you, and what you've seen from Lanwar wrenching the thing out of his skull, these worms inside your mind look to be formed as a similar sort of almost symbiotic relationship, similar in ways to the earpieces, in that they can communicate with other creatures that have the worms in their brains, in their systems, in that sort of thing. And because they are aberration, illithid sort of creations or tech, it makes sense that they were probably communicating with the mind flayers and showing the readouts of your systems while you were in the pods. By that logic, the basic brain of the head scientist is still intact. You could, in theory, with a high enough roll, transmit some of your thoughts into him to broadcast to these things, but you have no idea how loud or quiet it will be. You don't know if he is still broadcasting to the rest of essentially the place that you're in. You don't know if you'll be able to, but although he did say all illithids in this room, so unless there's invisible ones, that you don't know.
That's a good bet. I like
But
that
these
plan.
things turn towards you. Chief Scientist.
Do it.
How would I essentially try to throw my voice then?
It's not your voice, it's your...
Or your mind.
Right, throw your
Yeah,
brain
mind.
voice.
How would I essentially throw my thoughts then?
Intelligence?
Probably intelligence, right? Or like
It
a
would
spellcasting
be-
check.
Spellcasting might do it.
Because it's using the spell, essentially. So.
Yeah. It's entirely up to you how you want to try it. You could attempt to use hacking on the creatures to try and convince them. You could possibly use intelligence-based deception. It'd be entirely up to you. What sort of thing do you want to say or do? And then I'll have you roll.
Essentially, just wanting to try to say yes, these subjects are being transferred.
Okay, so that's definitely a deception. So I'll have you roll intelligence plus your proficiency if you're proficient in deception.
No, so it'd just be a straight intelligence then. Dirty 20.
Do you require assistance?
No, we can handle this.
It sort of bows its mechanical scorpion face before you, and you see up its back to where its tail is, sort of crackling with this similar sort of lightning effect, and it backs away, avoiding the. It goes halfway up the wall, in fact, avoiding the Arcanite stream. And your creatures are free to let you proceed. This one backs into this corner. You have a choice now of pretty much 3 exits. You know this one will probably lead to the Silver River.
Yep.
That's a door. That's a tunnel you don't know about, and that's a carved tunnel.
I think we should go to the door, really, shouldn't we? Because I want to go through that one, but I don't want to piss off the other thing and have to go through that again.
Yeah, I mean, part of me is thinking, what if that's literally just a cupboard?
Then we go to the one next to it.
Yeah, but then that would that would probably cause a bit of suspicion.
Valid. Well,
You could bluff it.
You want to go for this
I
one?
needed a stapler.
Yeah, we just take something out, like a mop or like a bunch of mops if it's a cupboard.
So yeah, I'll get the Chief Ghoul to walk over to the door. Then we'll have given it the
Here's the tier 4.
level 4 card. Just so it doesn't raise any further suspicions.
Yeah. As it walks over, you can sort of make out over its shoulder. This thing says level 3.
Yeah,
This key card holder is level 3.
It just pings.
Yep. So
It swipes the thing, and as it opens the door, you and and by extension you, because you're all linked, except for Bob, obviously, except for Lamor, rather, all here inside your heads. It would feast then. Ah, yes, transferred. And they both sort of look down at you. Just sort of waiting for you to proceed. The Mind Flayer head scientist is just standing by the open door. You direct him through it.
You said feast.
I don't think we should. It was feast, yeah. So there's something in there, essentially.
Yeah, something
As
not
you-
good.
As you look over, or rather under, because it's sort of walking there, as you look under its, reveal area, you do see a long corridor with sort of, look to be drag marks almost. Reddish, sort of dried red drag marks leading towards another door.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
No.
Can't back down now. Let's just go.
Through the right. Pizzazz is going to try to say through the chief again, saying, oh fuck, just saying something along the lines of, just checking to make sure nothing has been taken through recently.
We don't want to overfeed the.
Yeah, we don't want to overfeed it.
Only the prisoners deemed less useful, or those who have expired, or the slaves. To the back. What would they say? They wouldn't say to them. They don't know what north is. By the guard post. Back the way you came. Have been fed recently.
These subjects are valuable. They're not worth feeding yet.
So you are doing this just to scare them? We can do this if you wish, Master.
I think we've scared them enough for the time being. Look at them cowering.
Everyone roll a performance check.
Jesus.
Pizzazz, roll a deception check instead of performance.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Oh, the charisma character. Oh dear.
Don't worry,
So it
don't
looks
blame
like
it,
I'm
don't mind.
hamming it up,
It-
and everybody
You know
else
what?
is fine.
It was.
Yay! I'm not the worst!
Dion.
Dion
is
stands
like,
proud!
Oh, no. Like,
666.
yeah, so Black, you're a kobold. You have the grovel
Grovel.
color and racial traits, so you're used to
Grovel.
going unnoticed around more angry creatures, that sort of thing. But the rest of you've got such fucking hammy performances. Neon, you're actually knocking
I
your
don't-
knees together.
I don't
It's
think
terrible.
I don't
It's like,
think
oh
Land's
no, a ghost or something.
Land doesn't know what's going on because he's not hearing
Oh
the
yeah, Lad
conversation
doesn't know what's
and
happening!
is just paying attention to what the actions the spiders are doing, with just trying to judge what they're doing, if this is working or not. Too busy.
Yeah.
Too busy
Yeah.
insight checking them.
Well, roll a quick insight check for me, please.
Right. Dirty one.
Okay. So you are very acutely aware, and in fact, you are not surprised as these things attack you. So,
God damn it.
yeah, they now know that you're not. They're essentially, we're going into combat order. So I'm going to roll for the Skeletor.
Nothing.
I do. None of yous do.
That's what I'm saying. I fear
You have
nothing.
advantage.
Yeah, Pizzazz, as he looks around,
God damn it!
thinking, Right, that wasn't great. Looks around.
Yeah, no.
Goes,
Yeah, you just see. You just see everyone else going,
so
Yeah.
scared.
Dion, you look down at your boot and you recognize a familiar hole that you sort of picked in it a few episodes ago, and you're like, "Oh, that actually happened in real life! Holy crap!" There we go. Yeah, no, it's initiative. Let me just.
Leon's performance. He goes to do. Ah, yes, cower. My normal cowering position. Head held high, chest puffed out, hands on hips.
Arrow knocked, aiming at somebody. I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Perfect.
Don't forget
Hang on.
Leon's
Scorpion.
seconds as well.
Perfect. Yes, Dion's 22. So, well, actually, he gets 2 turns in a row, essentially. So, Dion, the hunter, you have the first 2 turns in combat. Essentially, you can just take a double turn right now as the combat starts.
Just one
These
shot.
things, and you're not surprised as well. That's a point. So these things are, that one's further down. These things are huge, in fact. They are about the size and width of a giant as the music pumps up.
They are really giant scorpions.
Yeah, they are very, very giant scorpions. And you've just watched pretty much everyone in the... Holy shit, Leon, you rolled a 0?
Look.
Oh, God. I just noticed that. Yeah, you just... Everyone else seems completely... they believe their own performances. That's why they're so slow off the mark.
Leon's very gullible, apparently.
Yeah. But Dion, it's your turn.
I'm gonna attack this one.
Perfect.
Mark it first.
Oh yeah, should we have
yeah.
the ghouls as well, by the way?
I think they go essentially on my initiative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got you. Still got Crow Undead up.
These things are constructs, by the way, for favored enemies and whatnot.
Okay.
But Leon, it's your turn.
Other one.
Yeah, just cast level 1.
Yep. You mark it. Your little heads-up display comes across your eye, and you just feel a little dragon twirling around its form. Roll your attacks. It is not surprised, so you don't have advantage. In fact, it is surprising the rest of your party. Okay.
30.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know how tough these things are. I never made them metal.
You've hit it twice.
So 15 damage to that first one. And roll the extra d6 for the second attack. And yeah, true, they are made of metal. And another 15. Perfect. So you watch, you just ping, ping, 2 arrows just fire in, aiming at the joints between the legs and the body of this thing. And you watch as the 2 legs collapse to the ground, and you seem to have cut them off completely, but you watch in horror as 2 more legs immediately grow out of the sockets in place. It seems that whatever these things were modeled on, the Mechabahir, it looks to be... they look to have been almost perfected in whatever time frame has passed since then.
Well, shit.
That's your first turn. You have a second turn immediately.
This turn, is your lightning arrow concentration?
I was just
No.
gonna check that.
Don't believe so. It's lightning bolt basically, but ranger.
Yes, it's concentration up to a minute.
It's like it's concentration the same way that smite is.
Yeah, but
Oh, he's got
Hunter's Mark is also
I think the
Shoot him a
lightning
couple
barrow
more
might be-
times.
I think the lightning barrow might be better. Honestly. Actually, no, he gets extra damage than that.
Dion, it's your turn again.
It's a normal attack.
Alrighty. Yeah, that's gonna hit. 13 damage plus a second attack. We'll roll 2d6 afterwards. 21 actually. Ooh, you damaged it. So actually, this one uses its reaction to leap forward and deflect the blow using its leg. It has no impact on that second one, but that's its reaction then.
Ooh. Scorpion has intercept.
It has intercept, and it sort of pins it against it, fires one of its leg missiles off, and which immediately regrows. And that one only takes 13, 15 points. Still, decent amount of health. Down for these things. That's your turn. There is no initiative count 20. These things don't have lair actions. Pizzazz, can you be surprised?
I believe I can. Yeah.
Anyone who can be surprised is considered surprised by this attack.
I think I can be surprised.
Sorry to say, nobody
have-
within 30 feet of me can be surprised.
Aha!
Yay!
There you go.
Brilliant.
So Pizzazz, you have your turn. There you go.
Lovely. Okay.
Nice.
In that case. What's the range of that? 20 foot. Lovely. Can get
They're both
both
standing
of them.
beside each other now.
Yep. And going. I'm assuming the squares are 5 foot.
Yes, they are. I sized the map and everything to
Cool.
make 5 foot. It was really time exhausting, but yeah, I quite like it.
There is a way to quickly do that.
Yeah, I that's what I did.
Fair enough.
But I've got so many. It's a massive complex, man.
Yeah. Okay then. And right above, centered right in between them, so about there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to summon an ice storm.
An ice storm. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Hail of
Deck save.
rock
Okay.
hard ice pounds to the ground in 20-foot radius. 20-foot radius. Okay. So it wouldn't be centered there. It would be centered directly on top of this one then. So it'd
Yep.
or essentially a little bit back maybe. Just
So
so
that
it doesn't
yeah,
hit us.
yeah, somewhere so it doesn't hit you. In fact, then it can go pretty much right on the corner there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, they both
so
failed.
They
I
both
rolled a
failed.
5 and a 1.
So
Yeah.
they both take the 10 bludgeoning and 10 cold.
Okay, you watch as the ice shards pierce into these things. They shrug off the cold, but the bludgeoning does seem to dent their armor a bit,
Okay.
just so you're aware.
That's
Handy.
fine. Yeah, that's
Is that your turn?
handy to know.
It is. In case there are more of these things.
Bonus actions. Do I have any bonus action cantrips?
I've just realised something.
No. What's that?
Well, I'm level 17, so all my auras are actually up to 30 feet now.
Yep, that would be me then.
Perfect. Glack, it's your turn. Your aura helping your friends essentially just beast mode their way to these creatures.
It's going to move in between the Scorpion and Pizzazz for a bit of safety for him.
Mm-hmm.
And a hit and a hit.
They are both up on the ceiling. If you'll remember, this one crawled back up halfway up the wall, and this one was on the wall back here, and it scuttled across the ceiling. It's about 30 feet up. Do you have a jump or something? Or well, you can run up walls, but that might.
He's also got a 10-foot reach as well.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
30 feet though.
Well, I jump on the table then, and then just hop, stab, hop, stab.
I'll allow it. A lot of energy to get the jump stab though.
go,
14 and
plenty.
16. Is that piercing damage you're doing?
That is, I'm going to do thunder and thunder.
Thunder and thunder, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. As you hear a sonic boom go out around this area, your first punch has no effect.
Well, you say that, but the boon I took means I can override I bypass any damage resistances with my hits.
Resistances.
Not
Oh, it's
immunity.
immune to thunder.
Hmm.
Well, seeing that, I'm just going to hop up and I'm just going to punch it twice in midair then. Oops, that was
Well,
supposed to be...
the second hit you can choose, though.
I'll go for force then instead. See if that does in the bin.
Force. It is also immune to force. I'm looking at its stat block right here, man.
God damn.
Well,
But you have...
We know.
Yeah, you've learned at least 2 of its immunities. Your first unarmed strike?
Yeah, that was a 22 for the first one and 28 for the second.
What was the 20 for?
Oh, that I should have rolled at advantage. I forgot to press the button. So 22 and 20 was the first roll, 20 and 28 was the second.
22. Yeah. The second one is... you know what? No, it's not going to do that. He just takes the 19 points, I think.
Yep.
29, rather. From the 2 punches. Yeah, because that one's looking weak. It can't afford to use that particular thing. That's your action and bonus action?
Yep, and I'm going to, since I'm already down on the table, I'm going to just hop back down.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, not sod it. I'll go the other side of the table. Give myself a running jump so I can mount it and drive it to the floor next time.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. As I said, it used its
Reaction.
God damn. Lanwar, it's your turn. They're already, one of them already looking bloodied. Woo.
I'm going to try and Eldritch Blast one of them.
Daka. They're immune to force.
Oh.
Yeah, they're immune to force. Would
Uh,
Black have said the damage types as he hit them?
Well, definitely thunder, because I imagine each time it's the Thundercats.
Alright.
Thunder!
Thunder Scorpion! Oh!
Thundaga.
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 Alright. What does that do?
You're still welcome to use Eldritch Blast if you want to, though.
Polish its
Turn-
exoskeleton.
I'm gonna use Thorn Whip.
Ooh.
To try to drag it down? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, try and drag it down off the wall or something.
Is it a strength save to not be grabbed? Not be pulled, rather?
Creature. Let's get the creature. Larger or smaller. You pull the creature 10 feet closer to you.
It is not large or smaller, it is huge.
Yeah, so basically we just take the damage if it hits.
Since it's their turn next, the second one will use its reaction to essentially fire out a missile to block that damage from the first one there. So your Thorn Whip just lashes out and fires into one of its legs, which cracks it against the wall. No damage.
Okay.
Bonus action?
Do I have any bonus action worth doing? No, everyone's pretty much healed. It's not looking very good. And I'm gonna step. What attacks does the little thing have? Or
The dragon?
because I don't think you gave me any information on the little Pact of the Tome thing.
I imagine it's
what it does.
I imagine it's a
Yeah,
pseudo
so
dragon, right?
Yeah, it more uses it would take your action in combat. You can have it do non-combat stuff, but it's more like a probe or like a scout droid than anything else.
You can make
Um,
it do help.
It's essentially like unseen servant.
It's more like an unseen servant sort of scout than anything else.
You can make it do a
It's,
help
it's
action.
yeah, it's the last vestige of Junkrat's personality and abilities in physical form, because he did give you a bunch of crap really when you left his realm.
I think it can help someone. I think that's
Yeah.
like a thing you can do with the bonus action with it.
It can do a wee sort of poison sting as your action. You can command it to do that on someone.
All right.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna use my bonus action to hidden path over to this other door over here.
That other door.
Yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
and I'm gonna tell the little thing, go find out what's up there.
Perfect. You send it on its way. It's their turn now. Perfect. So at the start of their turn, I need everyone to make a dexterity save, please.
Everyone within 30 feet of me gets +4.
Is this
Be everybody
a
then.
spell or magical effect?
It
Oh
is.
yeah, and advantage if it's a spell or magical effect.
It is technically an inbuilt. It comes from an Arcanite gem because it's Junkrat created, so technically it would be with advantage. Yes.
Everyone has magic resistance
Because
within
it's
30 feet of me.
Yeah, it's a magical effect.
So +4 and with advantage.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's a fail. That's a fail.
So
Uh,
You still got a 0 to
this-
dex saves, Pizzazz. My God.
20.
1 moment, I'm just going to look at ability of mine.
+4 onto that.
Why do you? Oh, yeah, +4 from
Me.
Leon. Yeah. So Lanwar, you rolled a dirty 20.
Yeah.
That just succeeds.
Is this an ability that would make me take half damage if I fail? If I
It would.
okay.
Yes.
Then I get my shield master thing for it.
It doesn't target only you.
Is that the shield master one for it? I thought it was the other. I can add it to it if it's shield master. If it only
Yeah,
targets me.
it's only if it targets only you. That
Yeah.
This is targeting all of us.
it's an area of effect.
Yeah. It's
No,
an area effect.
I can't add my shield modifier to it, but I still get the evasion part of it.
Dex save to take only half damage. You can use your reaction though. It does take your reaction.
Yeah, I'm fine
If you
using my
succeed.
reaction. I can't hit him anyway.
Okay, that's fine.
So minus off a bit from this. I'll find out what my shield is in a minute.
That's fair. That's
But
fine.
it is off 5, so it's a 20.
So yeah, so you just succeed. So that's 10 die 8. Of which Glack takes none.
Evasion.
I take
Yeah.
none because shield.
Everyone who has evasion, which I think is Glack and Dion, because of your bow, because you're hunter bow, you succeed and take no damage. Pizzazz, you take full damage. Lanmore takes half damage, and Leon, your shield master, I think, means you take no damage.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So just Pizzazz taking half and Pizzazz taking all, and Lanmore taking half.
What
46.
kind of damage?
is it?
Lightning.
Ooh.
As one of them unleashes at the start of its turn that, and then charges at Lanmore. And I'm afraid Lanmore succeeded.
I'm absorbing elements to
So
reduce.
you're going to take another half of that then. So
Yeah.
23 halved again to 11 points for you. You get 4 points of lightning damage on your next melee attack. Pizzazz, since you failed, you are also stunned until the start of its next turn. And it's going to use a couple of claw attacks on you. Which means it's going to try and essentially pick you up with its claw. It's got plus that to hit. A 21 to hit.
Yep. Because I can't shield.
And that's a crit as it's going to do that. So it immediately picks you up in its big claw, crushes you slightly, and its third attack, so it rolls actually double damage. 20, 25 points of damage plus.
What type is that?
This is all bludgeoning, magical bludgeoning. So 10, 25, 30, 33 total from the crit and the first attack. And it chucks you.
Okay, because I'd already taken off the 25.
Sorry, yeah. So 25 and another 8.
Another 8, okay.
Yeah. And it then takes you towards this area here, and is going to chuck you down the hallway.
Oh shit.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, towards the door.
Boom!
It rolls one more attack. You can't. Can you make contested strength checks?
I think you can make him because
I'm incapacitated.
one moment. Stunned 5e.
Yeah, stunned, incapacitated, can't move, can't speak, only falteringly. Automatically fails strength and dex saves.
Automatically fails.
And
There you go.
attack rolls have against me have advantage.
Oh, I should have rolled with advantage. Never mind. It's fine. It chucks you down the hall, and you can't make the strength save to resist, but it throws you the full 50 feet, and you impact with the door, which just it's not locked at all. It just gives way, and you tumble through that door and down into a crevice. You'll take a sundry amount of falling damage. 11 points of falling damage, and you arrive at the base of a. I'm gonna need to fucking move this map sideways. I wasn't.
You weren't prepared for this.
I should.
I've followed Bazaz with the cam.
Yeah.
Let me
And
just move
Pizzazz is
that.
killed off screen.
Yeah, because
Ah!
we're not.
Oh.
Yeah, just real quick. Give me a sec to reveal areas.
You've moved the whole map, but not us, so we've just moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll move you in a sec. Okay.
Alright.
I'll move
It's
myself back to where I was.
No, he'll adjust it back. So
Yeah.
just leave it where you were.
You'll still be in the wrong place.
Yeah, you'll be in the wrong
Perfect,
place
so-
later.
There.
So Dion, you were back up there by the door. Leon, you were right there.
If you just I was gonna say if you just grabbed everyone, you could just move them all at the same time.
Leon was.
I was
That's true. Perfect.
here.
We did it. Pizzazz, as you arrive, you hear a great sort of some great, terrible king monster. And this pit, you've essentially it's very much like the Sarlacc pit, you know.
Yeah.
And you've got a vision of 60 feet around you, don't you? So you can see about that. So you can see this is a really large cavern. It extends onwards into the darkness. You've just fallen down.
No, my dark vision is 120.
Ooh.
Ah, excellent. Oh, because of that thing, yeah. So you see up into that corner then. Fuck's sake. Reveal areas. This is still just one of the Skaladar's turns.
Hey, I was right. Disconnector.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Yeah, you'll see it.
Explains why the door was unlocked.
You see a monstrously gigantic worm just sort of writhing in the darkness, and as it twitches its head towards you, you think, oh shit, this thing that is over 200 foot long, writhing its way up towards you. I've got to add it to the fucking initiative tracker now.
Yeah.
DM problems, am I right? Am
Yep.
I right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you threw me down there.
You did.
Yeah.
This is entirely self-inflicted.
Well, I want epic combat encounters for you guys.
And on the
And
bright side,
fun
you know it's not
times.
going to be after Leon.
Well, For now, certainly. What's its initiative? Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. Fuck's sake, 5 minus 2.
What do you expect? It's a giant freaking worm.
It's
Over
it's
200
still,
feet long.
the fun thing is it still goes ahead of Leon.
Everything goes ahead of Leon.
Perfect.
3.
So that's 1 Scaladar. The second one obviously can't use its lightning ability on everyone in the room, or rather everyone, because Bazaz is gone, but it's going to use it on everyone else in the room. So everyone who's in the room still make me a dex save. Please?
Okay. Still advantage and +4.
Yeah.
Yay!
Hey, look at that. Everyone who rolled...
I take half damage this time, so I can't.
In fact, everyone
No,
rolls a
it's
20 or above. Yeah, because you've all got a +4. So Lanmore, you roll above 20. Glack, you roll 30. Leon, you roll at 29. And Dion, you just pass. Just pass with a 20. So none of the rest of you are stunned at this point. So you all take half. Glack takes none. Dion takes none because evasion. You
Leon
all
does
take...
take half this time.
Yeah, you can't.
I can't
use your
reaction
I
twice.
believe. But and Lanwar's already used his reaction. Oh, but you still got absorb elements up.
Yeah.
So you'll take half. So Leon, you take 53.
Ow.
Lanwar, you take 26.
Wait,
lightning.
53 is half?
Oh, 26.
Okay, I was about to say, Jesus!
Sorry.
106
13.
damage.
My bad. It's a lot of numbers. Leon takes 26. Lanwar takes another 13 lightning damage.
No.
That's its turn. None of you are stunned, so it can't
Rose.
grab you and throw you down the pit, essentially. Because that's their whole thing: stun and then chuck down the pit. So it's gonna sting you instead. We'll say,
Okay.
we'll say
Okay.
Lanwar.
I guess my little thing just watched Pizzazz go, whee!
So Lanwar, you're stung for a 26 to hit.
Yeah,
26. 26
yeah.
gonna hit. 9
Yeah.
piercing damage and 12 halved to 6 lightning damage. Oh, it does an extra 2d10 because of the lightning in the room. Another 9 halved to 4
So
lightning
how much-
damage.
How much is that altogether?
10 lightning and 9 piercing. So 19.
damage.
19 damage.
19.
And then it's going to claw you twice. A 17, I assume, misses.
It misses.
And another 17 misses. Okie doke. And that's its turn. Skitters up to the ceiling. Still there. Perfect. It's the Neotholid now.
Goodbye, Pizzazz.
And it burrows into the ground.
He's leaving! Easiest fight against 200-foot giant psychic worm ever.
Yeah.
And Pizzazz soloed it.
While stunned.
It burrows. And you
Impressive.
take... Second. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, it can. Oh no, you know what? It doesn't do that because I've just had a look at its spells. So it goes towards you, Pizzazz, still sort of sniffing the air almost, and sensing food. It's gonna cast a spell at you.
Okay.
It is gonna cast telekinesis at you, because it can cast that innately,
Yep.
psionically.
No
Oh my God.
fillings.
Yeah, you attempt to move a huge or smaller creature. You automatically fail strength and dex. Oh, strength check.
Yeah, he can make checks.
You can make checks. Excellent. So it's a wisdom check from it. Oh, I rolled very high.
You're out of range, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I rolled very high. I rolled a 22.
Yeah, there's no
19
way I
plus
can make
3.
that.
Okay,
I've got
so
a
you
minus
are
1 in my strength.
so you're lifted into the air, moved
wisdom
30
check?
feet towards it and restrained. And you're, because that's its action, you're just now, and you look down and you can see just this creature's maw directly below you. And it's waiting for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It would have moved right there. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, no, that's its turn. Perfect. Yeah, that was actually good. Yeah, pleased with that. Leon, it's come your turn at last.
Yay!
And yeah, there you go.
Shit. I'm just gonna
Make it
go,
worth the wait.
You glance down the corridor. Pizzazz has been lifted by an invisible force and moved away from your sight.
crap.
Oh my god.
Just like, Jesus.
Yep.
Well, that can't be good.
Well, Dion wouldn't say I would, and so would
I said Leon.
Leon.
I'm Leon. I can see down the corridor, and I saw him just get picked up and dragged away by something's brain.
Yeah, and everyone but Landwar can hear. It will feast. It will feast. It will feast.
Well, that's unfortunate. So I'm going to take a couple swings at the thing in front of me with my very shiny sword. Annoyingly enough, the element I selected for it is thunder, so it ain't taking the extra damage, but this is not, the damage isn't the real main point of what I'm about to do. So I'm going to take the first swing. I don't think I have advantage for any reason, so 32.
Yeah.
So that is 7 smite and 21 slashing damage, and unfortunately the thunder damage doesn't work.
Still 28 points of damage to this thing.
Yeah.
Shkadoomf.
Bam! And I'm gonna,
Yeah, that bloodied it.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yep.
Only a 20.
Oh. Do I want to use that thing? Yeah, that thing leaps across in front of your path.
It is gonna use it? Then
Yeah,
I'm
it is
gonna
gonna use
use
it.
a thing in counteraction for that.
Oh.
I'm gonna use one of my charges to increase that by 10. So that's a 30.
Aha! Yeah, it can't. It essentially gives a +5. So.
Yeah.
You watch as you just hack. The first one leaps in front of you. Actually, yeah. So, you bring down your blade of perfect control on the front of this thing's great face, and the first one that you were fighting leaps across it, and you just go nah, and bring the blade down even faster and harder, and slash through the front two pincers of the one that leapt across you, and it squeals in pain as the blade just cuts right through it and cuts into the first one. I'll let you decide. Do you want to do half damage to each of them, so 10 points of damage to each of them, or all 20 to the first one you were hitting? I'll let you decide, because you basically cut through both of them, and it's a real cool move.
Yeah, I'll go 10. I'll go 10 to each of them on this one.
10 to each?
Yeah, I think that's more thematic.
Yeah. I mean, it tried. It tried to save its mate. Didn't succeed, but it tried.
Yep.
Back up to Dion the Hunter. It's
Oh
your
no, I've
turn.
got a bonus action to do.
Oh, you've got a bonus action.
Yeah. Because
Go
I
for
made
it.
an attack action on my turn, one of them I'll go with the guy. Are they both within 5 feet of me now?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with the guy who just stung Lanois. I'm gonna raise my shield and just smash it back 5 feet.
Shield bash it.
Yeah, I'm shield bashing it. Shield bash allows me to bonus action just shove it, essentially. Which doesn't have a size problem, so it just pushes it. So it's a contested athletics.
Yes, it is.
Okay, Leon, you've just volunteered yourself to go against the Neolith.
Bam!
Shit back.
Drive it back!
+4. Rolls a 17. What'd you roll?
I haven't rolled yet. I need to check if I've got anything that's boosting it. I don't think I do. I don't have anything that gives me buffs for checks. Yeah, I've only got a bunch of buffs to saves. So 29.
29? Yeah, with its 17, you bash it back 5 full feet. That's a good turn.
Yeah.
You just hacked through both of them and then pushed one of them away from you.
Yeah.
You've still got movement, technically.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I've got to. I feel bad otherwise. I'm gonna just run down the corridor, so I'm taking the attack of opportunity. If he wants to try. Actually, wait a minute. The one that's within range now is the one that doesn't have his reaction.
No, you pushed the one that didn't have his reaction back.
Oh, I pushed the one that stung Lanuel, so it was the one that was already in melee.
My bad.
Yeah, that one's fine.
Then that one will make its reaction attack on you then.
That one's the one that used its reaction then. Well, this is
So it
called
does.
reach. Yeah, let's
Yes, so it does.
Yeah.
It does have a reach of 10 feet.
It's
You
got
know what?
disadvantage.
I'll leave it for now because it has other reactions that are slightly better that I kind of want to do.
Okay.
You run.
I'm running that way. He's like, I'm gonna go help him.
Yeah. You get to about there.
Yeah.
10, 15, 20. Yeah. Yep. Back up to Dion.
It's another couple of attacks on the one that I'd marked.
Yeah. We'll try and feel a bit cheerful about it.
So sad.
I'm gonna slaughter the one that I'd marked.
Amazing. Roll your attacks, man.
23?
23. Nah, the other one can't afford to take any more damage. He's gonna leave his pal to die. Takes 10 points. Second attack.
Eh?
It just hits, actually. Minus 13. Roll your 2d6 for me.
8.
That is enough to take that one out.
Nice
That one's gone.
Nice shoot, Tex.
So, pinging through the air, 2 more arrows that just lodge in this thing's tail, pretty much, where
Bonus action of the mark.
bonus actions.
He can move his hunter's mark on a bonus action.
He was meaning from me.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Yeah, they'll mark the other Galadar.
Perfect. Pop that mark there then. That's your turn. It's back to Pizzazz. Who I think might be stunned.
If
To the end of the Skaladar's.
I was
Yeah.
muted. So I was gonna say, was the one that that just died the one that stunned me, or was it the other one?
For fun, we'll just say it was that one that just died, so you can get a turn.
Well, you get
Because I don't-
swallowed by
yeah.
the Sarlacc.
Because you're still being restrained by the big
Yeah.
King Sarlacc.
That's fine though.
No Thalid.
Uh,
I love the art for the No Thalid, the actual art, by the way. This one's
Mm.
cool, but the actual art is gorgeous for the thing.
Yeah, and this one's much bigger than any others. This is over 200 feet long.
Yeah, it's a big one.
yeah.
It's actually slightly bigger than the Spark Drake that I ran last week, Session 0.
Hmm.
By like 20 feet.
So,
So
by
I am-
centipede?
So,
I'm gonna.
it's a Mind Flame purple worm, essentially.
You are restrained as well, so somatic components.
Smatica, okay. Even though I've got Warcaster, I don't actually need to do somatics.
Oh well, that's fine then.
Hey.
That's what that's for. So you can essentially subtle.
Okay, so in that case, because it's right there, and it doesn't look very nice, I'm going to try to disintegrate it.
Okay. It's a dex save, am I right?
Yep.
I don't think you can pass.
I see. Well, I rolled a 5 minus 2.
So
So,
it couldn't make my save regardless.
no, but it was fun to roll though.
roll was
So
fun.
minus, so it takes all 76 points of force damage, and let me just see, can it make the con save +5? No, it
So
can't
that
make the
would
con
be
save. So you're
38.
actually, yeah, so you're actually dropped, right, and you land right in front of it. You're beheld 30 foot off the ground, so just a sundry amount of damage. Another 13 points of fall damage, unless you want a feather fall.
Do I have that prepared?
Oh.
No, I've not got it prepared. So, yep, I'll take that.
Yeah. So you crash to the ground from where you were being held, and this thing's reeling in pain as great chunks of it have just begun to slough off. That's your action. Movement
Yep.
bonus.
I am going to try to move, knowing full well that it's probably going to try to attack me.
You again.
Oh yeah. Yes. Of course it is.
You've got a sneaking suspicion.
Oh,
Try
I
try
might
and
not
get
hit
back
you though.
to the door.
22. It's up a hill as well. It's up 30 foot up a
Yep.
sheer cliff face.
That's fine.
Ah!
Does a 22 hit you?
I'm going to shield, so no.
Perfect. Good to know.
That's-
Imagine if you had Featherfall and just didn't have the reaction to shield.
yeah.
My goodness. Yeah, 22 to hit. Rolled quite low.
Mhm.
That's a shame. That's bonus act. That's movement action, reaction. In fact, as well. Glack, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm
You're
just going to run up and do a double flip.
Why don't I go
and
back there?
stamp
I
onto
wanted
the
to move
spine.
close to the door as possible.
I think it's because there's a cliff there.
Yeah.
First stamp is 28. Second is a
28.
23.
Yep, those both hit, and you know the first one actually downs this one. I'm afraid. See?
Actually, no, I would have only been able to move 15 because I probably would have fallen prone.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So you'd be 15 foot back.
See you later. You are still in range, though.
Mm-hmm.
I can get him out.
15. Perfect. So your first attack downs that second Scaladar. You still have movement on all the other stuff that monks have.
All the monk things.
All the monk things.
Then I will just peg it round the corner. You step for the wind, and I get to just the edge.
Mm-hmm. And you see just this monstrous creature writhing in the floor of the cavern. Biggest thing you have ever seen in your life that was a creature. And Pizzazz just fleeing from it, Indiana Jones style. He's running straight from it. Why is he running straight from it? He should be doing monk stuff, like running up walls. God damn it.
Zigzag!
I mean,
Yeah.
this is why you do cardio, Pizzazz.
Yeah, he's clutching a stitch in his side.
He's got like
His-
6 feet and he's got Stitch.
Yeah, his leg is slightly wounded where he landed on it.
It's got a broken ankle.
Yeah.
Keep telling you about the importance of
More of a
stretching.
sprain.
Come on.
Sprain.
Anything else, Glack?
No, I've used everything to get to there.
Alrighty, Landmore. And then the Scaladars are dead.
Hidden path down to Pizzazz. And,
It needs to be a place you can see.
Yeah.
well, within a place that I can see in within that room, and then I'm just going to use my movement to get to him.
So you can get to there.
30 feet up, isn't it?
5, 10, 15,
Well,
20, 25,
it'll be
30,
30
35,
feet down.
45, 50,
No, I mean, he can see
55,
30 feet up because he was in the edge of the
60.
corridor.
So you can move 60 feet so you can get to the door overlooking the cliff face, actually. Because we're back here.
How big are these squares?
5
They're
feet.
5 feet.
5,
So-
10, 15, 20, 25.
I was at the door.
I don't know
Yeah,
what's
that's
what's
the very
happening
big
with the
one.
arrow. I don't know what's happening with the arrow.
That's like
But
60 feet.
the-
That was the main
Yeah, the squares are 5 feet. If you count the squares.
So I move.
This corridor here is 12 squares long, so 60 feet long.
Oh, I know why. Yeah, it's because it's snapping to the normal grid. The normal grid has squares about twice this size.
So you were standing there.
Yeah.
So you move 60 feet and get to the door,
All right.
overlooking the 30-foot sheer cliff, essentially.
Mm.
So you
Got
could
the pizzazz
essentially
one.
use your action to dash, and then use your bonus action hidden step to get down.
If you fancied, yeah.
Well, I was trying to keep my action ready for do something with that.
Them's the breaks.
Heck's sake. I thought that's with the ruler if I can tell me the wrong measurements.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Getting there.
If that's the case, I'm way out of
Yeah.
the range then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like here is where my aura ends.
Yeah.
So it'll be like just off the edge of the cliff section.
Give a second. I'm going to. I'm
jump
going to
down
wild shape into an eagle and book it to pizzazz.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Pick up pizzazz. 40, 45, 50. What's the flying speed of an eagle?
120.
I'm trying to.
I
trying to
believe it's
get-
120. It's a bit. It's
If
got
it's
a lot.
if it's 50, you can get to there. If it's 60, you can get back to the door, or you could fly south to that tunnel. Up
For
to
the
you.
winter. Eagle. Oh, it's got 60 foot. The normal eagle.
Yeah. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Pick up pizzazz at 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You can get back to there with pizzazz. So right by the door, annoyingly.
You aren't high enough level to do a giant eagle, are you?
A CR1.
Yep, a giant
Okay.
eagle CR1's got 80. It's a little bit better.
So, yeah, that's the. Yeah, no, normally you transform it now. Because I'm finding it.
15. That's good. Are you doing that? Are you
Yeah.
eagling and perfect?
Grab
So
it.
you,
I
perfect.
did not
So you
like
get
that.
to pizzazz. You get to pizzazz.
Mhm.
You're also
Grab-
a large creature by now.
Yeah.
And
Grab
the two
it.
of you grab him, and you're back right there, almost by the door. Next turn, Black and Leon could probably pull you inside. Scaladar are dead.
You're
It's
now
the
in,
Neothalid's turn.
you're now in range of my
Neothalid that moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and has a reach of 15. So, what to do, what to do, what to do? Well, you're holding pizzazz, so it's gonna attack you and just sort of latch out. You watch as its mouth, its giant maw, sort of opens, and the leech-like mouth that you were used to splits apart, and like a horrifying, just aberrant creature, you are going to be attacked. Lanwar, plus 13 to hit.
Plus
An
13's
18
enough to fucking.
It just hits it.
armor
an,
class.
an 18 hits your eagle form.
Yeah. It's
Ah,
plus enough as
Really
to
low.
get
You keep
hit
rolling
my
5.
eagle for.
I rolled really low on my damage, though. 24 points total. 14 bludgeoning and 10 psychic if you have any resistances.
Oh, I'm just
And
yeah.
because
He's still in
and because yeah,
Just
because you're a larger, smaller creature, make me a strength saving
Oh
throw.
no, it's gonna eat him!
As it just lashes out with its tentacles. Strength save as an eagle.
Second.
Plus 3, actually.
Oh, dang.
Is he
If
not
you
too
go to
bad?
extras, you can add the giant eagle into your wild shapes.
8.
Oh dear.
No, dear.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh Lanwar. You are reeled in, and I will let, if you want, you can drop Pizzazz.
Oh.
But he will drop to the ground
Oh,
and
wait.
take falling damage,
As
or you can keep him carried with you.
about
That
to
is, I will leave that up to you.
I was about to say, oh, you're in my aura, but I don't think a 12 makes it either way.
No, it's a higher DC than that. What do you want? Do you want to be eaten with pizzazz or without pizzazz? We'll leave it up to you.
I think I'd drop Zaz so he's not getting
I would say take me with you.
All right, I'll take him with me. I will go with the player's decision.
Alrighty. So you go to drop him, and
grabs
you
him.
release your claws, and Pizzazz actually grabs onto your claws, and
Yeah.
the two of you are swallowed by the Neothalid. Which that's great.
I just say to Glad, did he just make sure he got swallowed, right? You saw that too?
You're both blinded and restrained.
That's fine.
But you have total cover against attacks and other effects from outside the Neothalid. That's its turn. It's Leon. Actually, well, it's used all its action and bonus action, so it can see into the tunnel now. Leon, it's your turn. You move to the edge of the tunnel and you see this creature, and it's monstrous. And you just feel yourself being absolutely repulsed by this thing.
Ew.
It swallowed land. It was pretty funny, if I'm
Yeah.
honest.
It also swallowed Pizzazz because he made sure he got swallowed. That's some real
For the price of
determination right there. I'm gonna just
That's
jump
one word.
down into the...
jump. Dex check, please.
Oh, bugger.
He
Roll
is a
high
30
enough,
foot
you can
jump.
do a superhero landing.
Trips over him.
Yeah, no, you're...
BAM!
At Silver
Yeah.
Tea
Break
Kettle.
your ankles.
Yeah,
Oh
15
my
points of bludgeoning
God.
as you leap and Mario style, and midway through the air you think, oh shit, I shouldn't have done this, I immediately regret my decision. And you land in a heap. You land prone, in fact.
Bam.
You needed to move 10 feet to get to thing.
I stand up, essentially.
You have just enough movement left, just enough to stand up.
Yeah.
Technically,
At
did
the
what I
big
did.
this area?
Remember, land?
Huh?
I'm saying technically Leon just did what I did. Remember? At work.
That's your movement, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
You would need to dash to get in range of it.
I know. I'm gonna just...
Bonus action spells or anything?
Do I actually have any spells that bonus action? That's a good question.
A lot of smites are bonuses.
I do have a lot of smites.
All of the smites.
Various levels of smite.
What does this do?
What does this do?
Dion,
What does this
You're on deck,
button
by the
do?
think about what you're gonna do, Dion. Actually, you know what? You can't even make it there. You can dash.
That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah. So you can even we'll just skip that now.
Oh yeah, I'll activate this spell because I can, and I've never cast it, I don't think ever before in any game. I'm gonna cast Spirit Shroud.
Yeah, dashing, you'd get to there.
Alright.
Spirit Shroud. Wonderful.
And
What does it do?
I choose its target to be the Nothalid, so it's slowed.
Mm-hmm.
To spell calls for spirits of the dead, which flit around you. Spell's duration intangible, invulnerable. Spell ends, any attack you make deals extra damage when it hit a creature. Damage is radiant or cold. I can't gain hit points until the start of my next turn, but I can't attack it because it's out of range. And I can make it be slower. So I'm going to make it be slower.
Any creature of your choice, 10 feet, speed reduced by 10 feet.
Yep.
Alright, yeah, no, that's good. It's a good bonus action, so you're concentrating on that.
Yes.
Dion, you've dashed. Initiative 20.
Yeah.
Pizzazz, it's your turn. Black on deck, and then Landler.
Okay. Level 8 disintegrate.
Right. Well, you are inside it, and it cannot make the deck save, so just roll the damage.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Jeez. Minus 90
Oh.
points.
One moment.
I see.
How's it looking?
I mean, it is just bloodied.
DM, look at chat.
Would that amount of damage force it to throw us up?
Actually, if it rolls a nat 20, it might succeed. No, it rolled a 9. That amount of damage Let me just read out the. If it takes 30 or more damage on a single turn from a creature inside it, it must make a con save at the end of that turn or regurgitate all swallowed creatures. So it'll make a con save at the end of your turn.
Okay. To be honest, there's not much else I can do. So, yep, that's me then.
Plus 4 makes it a. Oh shit! That makes it a 17. Oh crap! And the DC's 18. Oh god, damn, that's annoying. Oh, frick. Well, that's the way the dice fall sometimes, you know. And I'm glad you guys. So Leon, you're standing right in front of this thing, and it looks definitely purple. And you watch as its sort of midriff turns this greyish black color of disease, and you watch it look just not well, and it looks down at itself, and then at you, and then down at its belly, and then back at you, and you just go that you just sort of know what's happening. You just go no.
Yeah, I just close my eyes and put the shield over my face.
The shield is an umbrella. A torrential gush of vomit and a gnome and a giant eagle just torrents out of you.
Squawk!
Oh, it'd have been so much better if you weren't an eagle.
Yeah, and just a
Then it
pile of
Coughed
acid.
up a fur bog.
A furball!
You are
Hairball!
you all fall prone as well.
Okay.
And that's at the end of Pizzaz's turn. Glack, you've just watched this occur, and you're suddenly so glad you weren't in the splash zone of that thing.
Ew.
Lanwar, you're still holding Pizzazz as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Pizzazz is holding
Oh
line.
my
Vice
god,
versa.
that was the best thing I've seen in a long time.
Glad you
Like a
enjoyed
chocolate
it.
fountain.
It's the newest ride, Nyler's view.
That's why Pizzazz grabbed hold of Namor's eagle form.
I assume.
I am going to cast
Wisdom
Compel
save.
Jewel.
What do you? Oh, compelled duel.
Yes.
It must make a wisdom save. It's drawn to you, compelled by divine command. Disadvantage against it.
So hopefully we'll give the others a bit of breathing room.
Wisdom save. Oh, it's got a plus 11 to wisdom saves. Plus
Save
12 even. Plus 12. My God. A 23 to save on your weird duel. It looks at you, and it looks down at the vomit. You hear in your mind, "Yeah, I'm gonna eat that." Thanks.
Well, and I
Landlord.
hope you burn your tongue.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, Sacred Flame.
flame.
DC 20. It's got the advantage, which I realize I should have been rolling the entire time because it has resistance, magic resistance. But no matter.
I mean, it can't
It
make
takes-
the dex anyway.
It has buffs and stuff from being in its lair. But it takes the 16. It is now very bloodied. Landmore, it's back to you. Unless Glack has any movement.
No,
Or use objects.
Not jumping down. In fact, I will back up to give them space to jump back up.
To jump back up the 30 feet.
I have faith in them. I can do it.
Landmore, at the start of your turn, you're going to take just a d6, 6 points of acid damage, just as the leftover bile that's coating you just eats
Okay, the
away.
eagle
at your-
form drops and I take 2 damage.
Okay.
Wait, no, I take 4.
4 damage.
Yeah. So you just sort of shrug off the acid as your eagle
And-
form melts away from your skin as well.
It's Hal turning back into his human form.
It's your turn though. And
Well,
this thing's
that-
rearing up for another attack.
Well, that certainly was disgusting, and I don't know how to get all 3 of us back out. I had a plan for 2 of us, but
That's fine. Take Leon.
okay. I will use. I'll not use that one, but I'll use Hidden Path and take Leon back up.
Oh, thank you.
Is it
Okay.
within 30 feet, or to get him back up.
You can just, because it's a sheer cliff, you can just make out the bloody sort of door, just hanging slightly ajar at the top. You can just manage to get back up there and be precariously perched on the ledge, and then sort of force yourselves both prone, so you don't fall back over the edge.
Lean forward.
You know? Yeah, it's like it's like in Lord of the Rings where Aragorn and Frodo leap off the crumbling bridge.
When the Balrogs chase
You gotta,
them.
yeah, you've got to throw yourselves back prone, basically.
Grab Lanwar's for.
I'll use my action to pull us through the door or something, just the rest of the way.
Yeah,
So we're not.
Yeah, you can drag dash as an action another 15 feet to get to right where Glack is, pretty much, if you wanted.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, I'm not going in that room again.
That your turn?
Yep.
Perfect.
Because
You may
that's
not have a
bonus.
choice.
Yeah.
You're
I
up
guess,
here.
I guess
No.
I'm over there as well, yeah.
It rides around Pizzazz, seeing 2/3 of its meal escaping, its main course and its dessert escaping. And I need everyone who's in that corridor, and Pizzazz, in fact, to make me a dexterity saving throw.
With advantage. Is
Still
this a
have
half
the
damage thing?
advantage in 4.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Pizzazz, you're right on the very edge of Leon's
Aura.
aura. 5, 10, 15,
Everyone has magic resistance and plus
15.
4.
Doesn't help.
20, 25,
Unfortunate.
30, and you're 15 foot down. It's not magic resist. It's not a magical effect. It's a breath weapon.
Fair.
So one more
it's 20,
fails.
It's a 20 either way, because it's not targeting just me.
Yeah, Pizzazz fails. Fails, 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 fails. Okay. So those of you who failed, which is
What
Lamor and Pizzazz,
what kind of damage is it?
this is acid.
Yeah, I will.
It just spews on you.
Our reaction shields
Again.
up it. So.
Perfect. So Dion, Glack, and Leon all take no damage. But Lanwar has no shield, and Pizzazz is right in front of it. So
Point.
takes a full faceful, and he's prone as well, which is even worse. So you're just lying there, and it's just hovering over you, and it just reels back and sprays its entire stomach contents over you.
I'll
We'll see if it gets it back, and it does get it back next turn.
I'll absorb elements.
Yeah, it's your reaction, so you'll take 32 acid damage. That is its whole last turn. Back to Leon, who's just you sort of mop off you sort of shake your shield a little bit, and the worst of the acid just sort of slips off it. This thing is barely looking past bloodied,
Ew.
and Pizzazz is still down there.
Well, I'm going to make it slower again. With my spirits, essentially. And I'm gonna basically step 5 feet forward just so that Pizzazz is more clearly in my aura.
Yeah.
And I'll go, get up here! Yeah, this is probably not good. Let's get out. And I'm gonna just lay on hands myself, essentially, because I'm pretty hurt.
That's fair. That's a good action.
Yeah, I'll
Lay on
get-
hands.
I'll get it to back to full.
Move out of the corridor, maybe.
Back to Dion.
I'm keeping Pizzazz okay, essentially.
So hearing Lanwar say get out of the corridor,
I wasn't
Leon
landing.
asked him why.
You can clearly see past Lanwar and Leon to this giant gaping maw of fleshy creature and tentacles and vomit that's just sprayed in your direction, Dion.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan.
Maybe you can shoot us if you want.
Yes, shall.
I just suppose my turn I could like ready a bonus action to shut the door as soon as Pizzazz is through.
Um,
Like, is that a thing I can do?
You might just want to shut the door now.
You don't need to see where you're going.
Nope.
Good.
But yeah, I'd have shut the door if you're sending that to me and the comms. Like, okay.
Object.
Yeah, you're able to shut the door if you want.
Then you're not going to be able to shoot me on. You might want to leave then.
I'll leave then.
Perfect. Pizzazz, on your turn, you're able to dimension door to wherever you
Yep.
wish.
Back into.
Or Misty set. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Perfect. Yeah, and Black and Lanwar are
Yeah,
able
leg
to shut the door if they want to this room, and you just hear muffled the roars of this creature, having just barely made it away from it. You're back in the room with the Scaladar, which seems a whole world ago.
You might want to shrink me down a bit.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, we have some buckets.
Yeah, you're covered in sputum and acid,
Who knows
but
where-
thankfully all alive for now.
Pizzazz looks really bad.
Yeah. So did the thing actually. 2 disintegrates. My God.
Yeah.
one was a level 8. So
Yeah,
that-
one was
that's-
level 8
Yeah,
in
that
its
was a
stomach.
regurgitate.
Yeah,
It's got some serious heartburn right now.
that's all my high level spells gone.
Are you okay though?
Barely.
He's got a couple of sprained ankles.
And
Before you get too comfortable sort of chatting, Pizzazz, since you were the furthest in, roll me just a hindsight perception check, please. Because you would have scanned probably to. I'd mean to ask these at the time of combat, but I get caught up in the combat.
Boom.
There you go. So I'm just gonna skip back to the full headquarters area and just reveal what you saw. Essentially,
It's going to be interesting.
I mean, yeah. I hope so. I aim to give interestingness.
I mean,
We've
it's going
seen
to
out
look
to
worse
there.
than it did while we were in there.
Yeah, that was just a baby.
Yeah, it's actually that was one of the babies.
Yeah, there was a
Um,
cliff. There was a cliff face with a couple of openings over here, and that sort of general corner area. That's what you would have seen.
I'm more worried about this.
The big fucking hole with like the pet door or something on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a cliff area over there that you could have climbed up to escape if you'd wanted. And there certainly seemed to be an area further away with a couple of exits.
Dylan, you could have flew down there. Or up there.
You're eating.
I did fly down there. I tried to get Pizzazz out and
but
got
I
eaten
mentioned
for
the,
it.
like, cliff at the other end.
It's only Pizzazz who knows about the cliff at the other end.
Yeah.
Unless he tells
Yeah, but he
us.
could have told you about it. Said, take me over that cliff down there.
So did you see your way out, a way for safety? Or do we have to find the big pink worm again?
I mean, there was a cliff on the other side. I don't know what's over there.
Slightly disconcerting,
But it
but
did look like a bit of a cave over there. But yeah, this big hole here, we should probably try block that.
I mean, I could turn this into the
Big.
giant mammoths and we could go beat it up.
Just turn into a group of mammoths and charge a giant worm.
Though that would waste the spell that I was holding to try and get these nasty worms out of your head.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But-
There is still
let's
the-
not do the mammoth thing there.
Yep.
As
There is
I
still the passageway to the south.
I'm casting that
Obviously you're
as we're talking as well.
Thank
21.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
As you're looking at the sort of the crevice over here to the south, by the way, this one here, Pizzazz, you're able to sort of reach out and touch it, and you recognize this is a wall of force, a permanent wall of force, clearly keeping this thing in.
Right.
Yeah.
So against this tunnel here, essentially.
Against that tunnel there is, oh well, let me just draw it for you. Make it a nice yellow. Why not?
So it's a. It literally is a giant pet door.
Yeah.
If they need it to
that's
come
a wall
out.
of force.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, you put it on
there's no
GM.
yellow
You put it on GM layer.
ours.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's annoying. I thought I put it on object. I did.
It's not showing.
Yeah, it's not where it's showing
It's
up.
maybe under the
Oh,
thing.
wait a minute. It might be you've put up our picture on the big image and you've drawn it on the smaller map.
Yes, I have. Let me just skip back for you there. Perfect.
I do that all the time.
Yep. Yeah, I just completely forgot.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thanks.
there it is.
Did everyone mark off their healing as well?
The
No.
21.
Oh, I was already at full health.
Um,
I used lay on hands for it. So.
Yeah. If you've got any more, I would really appreciate it.
Oh, you needing?
Oh.
Is anyone else pretty bad or?
Do you want one of
Fine
these?
now, thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that actually.
Enjoy.
84, 26.
Oof.
Okay.
Not a single 4+ on the D8.
No,
Oh, it's
Yeah,
the
you s-
84s actually.
but that's taken me to about a third of my health.
Okay.
Do I have any healing? I'd like to keep some lay on hands to get people up. But
Yeah.
I'll see. Do I have any other healing spells? I don't think I do.
I've got a potion of greater healing.
18.
19. Thank you.
If anybody would like it.
I would say keep hold of your potion for the time being. I don't think I've got any other potions on me.
No, I've not got any potions.
No.
Alright.
Unfortunately, I haven't had time to brew anything.
I've got a couple, so don't worry.
Sorry, I'm just rejigging the map because there's more to be explored down this area.
Yes.
But yes, you're left in this room. You just frantically heal yourselves.
Here's the Pizzazz just 3/4 dissolved and digested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But luckily, you are all still alive.
Yeah.
Is the main thing.
So, where to now?
We've got.
I mean, to be honest, it's 9 o'clock. That's probably a good place to leave it for me.
I've got a slightly better place. I'd rather leave it because I'm very conscious that there will probably only be one more episode, if that's okay.
Okay. So,
I'm,
should
I'm
we
gonna-
head south?
I'm gonna tap everyone with false life.
Alright, cool.
Okay.
So
What's it? 8, 10.
We've got.
Thanking you.
Here we go.
Perfect. So you're heading off south, you said.
Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Seems to be the general consensus.
Yeah.
How are we going about it? Just strolling or?
I will give us pass without a trace.
So,
Yeah.
I forgot to roll for the ghouls earlier for the electric attack.
It's fine. We'll say that they were staying at the back of the party. because
the
I don't want to. We'll say that if
If the
they
electric did damage, they probably would have died.
yeah. So the second you want to bring them into combat, we'll say going forward, I will start attacking them. But if you want to keep them out of combat and use them as an out of combat utility, I'm not just gonna destroy them offhand. How about that?
Okay. So
Perfect.
yeah, at the moment they're out of combat things.
Perfect. So they're just essentially as a
Mm.
deception device at this point.
Yeah.
One's just holding the little Junkrat bot now.
Okay, that's fair. You head south with your pass without trace. Roll me stealth checks, everyone, please.
I will also have cast detect magic as well.
Excellent. So, well, the Wall of Force obviously shows up as magical.
Yep.
The last vestiges of the Scaladar are showing up magical.
Hey, I'll take a 28 with fast without trace. Thank
Yeah,
you, Boots
so-
of Elven
I'll
Camp.
Dion.
take a 35 on my own.
It's a 45 you get, Dion.
You got
yeah,
four.
that's what I'm saying, on my own.
Landlord, a sultry 18.
The one who catches past out of tree.
Perfect.
28.
I'm not I'm not a stealthy person.
I'm at -1 in full plate.
I mean,
Your head.
technically, Pizzazz doesn't make any footsteps.
Yeah, neither do I.
That is fair.
That's why I'm not at
This is
disadvantage.
area
Yeah,
16.
but Leon makes a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Leon,
So you all
Clank, clank.
I'm not here, honest.
his footsteps make no noise.
Just the rest of his arm.
Yeah, just the rest
Yeah.
of it.
You all begin to head southwards and just follow the corridor round and southwards again and begin to encroach to your right as you come down the corridor. Another doorway.
Say Leon's still in the middle of the pack, just getting maximum coverage with his auras.
Yeah. Past this area, you can make out. Oh fuck! All these fucking maps. My god. There is a much larger sort of rockier room, partially collapsed. You can make out a few old sort of dead adventurers. There are tunnels leading to the west and to the east. The one to the east of the map seems to go towards the sound of the rushing sort of river.
What is it with this river in this place?
The
This is,
river of Arcanite.
no, it's more
But that's yeah,
Landwar
that's slightly
saying out
further
loud.
to-
What is with their damn river running through this?
I don't know if they need it for their experiments. I'm not that way minded.
It might be their power, maybe? I'm also not that way minded.
It is-
Zaz, you're the most likely one to know.
Uh,
It
Any
is made
ideas?
out of an arcanite, several arcanites actually. Mainly silver. There is a touch of copper in it, and I can't remember what else you said.
so like the fake Arcanite spiders?
No. They're not like the false arcanites. This is actual arcanites with a mixture.
Yeah.
Similar to the other device that we had found, comprised of all the arcanites.
It reminds you, actually, as Pizzazz says this, Lanwar, it reminds you a lot of the copper piping that Junkrats seem to create. It had a lot of silvery wires. It was obviously made up, the outer shell of it was copper.
Oh, God. Damn it. I think I know what they're trying to do.
Yeah?
Go on.
This may be a larger scale thing that Junkrat tried to break through a reality.
What's that voice?
Uh,
You've never done a voice before.
I don't know. My voices are getting mixed up.
It's his intellectual voice.
Oh
No,
no,
it's fine, I
that
like
I
it.
know. I know where this voice is coming from. This is because my elf is a bit sort of posh. Mm,
Uh,
This is probably virgin into my elf's voice from Thingweed's campaign. Sorry. But
Think
I,
we should go
I
through that door. The rest doesn't look
I think
promising, really.
Yeah,
Pizzazz.
because one way could lead to Worm, the other way leads to River. So
Oh, but
although, to
More
be fair,
so.
the last door we went through looked exactly like this.
that's a valid point. Let's keep going south.
I mean,
Pizzazz, do
I'm
you-
not saying like south is any better,
It's no, it's
but
no,
just
you've
putting
got a
it
point.
out
It
there.
might still be going. It's going the same direction. Let's
Yes.
keep going. Let's keep going a good bit. Let's go further south, and we'll avoid it.
Pizzazz.
Mhm.
We may have to block up a river.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah, clip round the air from that one.
oh man. I regret
Inspiration.
so many things. No, I'm not inspiring that.
Can I get inspiration for clipping around the ear?
Yeah,
Yay!
perfect. Well, as you move south, and I continue to move the map ever so slightly around this area, you all emerge in this much wider, sort of open area. There's another tunnel leading to your left and to your right. The southern area is just collapsed. It looks to have been excavated in order to create these two tunnels.
Okay.
But the bit over here, that leads towards the river. You can hear it rushing past. This area here, it's weird. It seems to ingress slightly and then just lead to a dead end, like it's been purposefully collapsed. It's weird.
Is my detect magic picking anything up?
Oh, interesting, actually. So down this area, you get the faintest sort of glimmering of decades old technology that you actually recognize. It's got the same magical signature as the old elevators you used to use when you were descending and ascending through Brightside Towers.
Someone bashed up the elevator. I
Is
guess.
Jesse and Zen gonna be here?
yeah, do you think we can call it an elevator?
Yeah.
It's
try.
completely blocked. There is no elevator door. It is completely the entire tunnel
I mean, the elevator door
ingresses and it's just
wasn't
gone.
there when Jesse was called.
Yeah, it just came
Oh.
through the door,
He
didn't
just
it?
appeared.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yes, it could-
Perhaps then that
But Zen basically lived in the lift.
right. Let me retcon then and say that the magical trace signature is buried behind about 20 odd feet of rock. It looks like it was purposefully cut off. You reckon by the mind flayers so that no one could
Call the
use could call it. Yeah.
It's blocked up in some way that we're not getting through, essentially.
Or
Guys are definitely
Counterpoint,
not working
we
for the
can-
bright side.
dig through the rock.
Well, the elevator, as long as we can call it, can come to anywhere.
Yeah, is this like getting?
Uh,
Is this
no,
like the
it
wall?
did have to go to fixed points, but
Yeah, but didn't go to the exact place you wanted it to.
It was fixed points, but there was also direct points to if it was a business.
yeah.
Maybe this was an old direct point to somewhere.
Does one of you have like Move Earth or something like that?
Don't-
Unfortunately, I don't think so.
Then, if not, let's continue down. Can we go further? This
Yeah,
way?
but I say, is that a wall? We can't really tell.
Yeah, that's a wall.
Okay.
That's where it ends. This was used to be a grand sort of entrance hall at one point or another, perhaps, but has since been sort of, the walls have been hacked away and clearly used to block up tunnels and all sorts, presumably by slaves who the head mind flayer did, the head scientist did mention that there were, or no, the Scalator mentioned
Yeah,
to the
the
head mind
Scalator
flayer that there were
mentioned
slaves, but you haven't seen those yet. So maybe they're somewhere else entirely.
Should we check the door we just passed? Because there might be a way around.
Maybe.
I mean, I could have a look.
Yeah.
Then lead on that man.
Yeah.
It could be a stairway or
So
something.
you're heading back towards the door?
Mhm.
Perfect. Over in that way is the roaring sound of the river, by the way.
Yeah.
You head back up the corridor, still maintaining the same stealth rolls.
I'm contemplating something.
Mm-hmm. Anything you want to do before the door busts open? Dion and Leon goes in, all guns blazing. Oh yeah, Dion, I was right the first time.
Yeah,
See.
it was Dion.
Yeah, no. That's
Brother!
Mm.
From another mother.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm trying to think if there's anything I can summon that can dig through rock with my.
Probably not solid rock unless you can summon an Umber Hulk.
By casting.
If you've got that power!
Or
Use
can you
it.
summon like a Jin or anything like that?
I can
A
conjure.
Jin is an elemental.
Or a Zorn.
I said Dow is the one we'd want.
Well, I conjure
Yeah,
elemental.
Yeah.
I
Dao
don't
is an
could-
elemental, yeah.
Conjure a rock elemental or something that can maybe go through.
I think it can pass through. I don't think it can make a tunnel.
There
It
are
can
some
certainly
that-
work on it. Yeah, it can certainly work while you guys are off exploring and doing whatever to destroy this thing. This is more your exit, I imagine. Your exit strategy.
That makes sense.
But you have found a door, a possible door blocked away.
I spend a minute to conjure an element.
An Earth
Meta.
Element.
Zorn. Yeah, you could go Earth Elemental or a Zorn might help here. Zorns are the ones you know who eat crystal and eat rock, essentially, so that might work.
I summon the Zorn then.
Nom its way
And-
through.
I command it to dig its way through, eat its way through the rock.
Yeah, cool.
You can summon an invisible stalker with that spell. Damn.
At a higher level, yeah.
This is pretty nasty.
I mean, that's a proper stalker.
Yeah.
I cast it at 6, so I did cast it at a higher level.
Yeah.
You still get to pick, I think. I think you can, like, downgrade it.
Cool. You
Yes,
set this
Umber
thing. Yeah, I have no Zorns in my
Aw.
thing.
Challenge rate
So-
increases by 1 for each spell slot above 5.
Yeah, you set this thing to its work, and like a sort of digging, mechanical, whirring, worm-type creature, it just begins chomping down on the rock while you guys head off and do whatever it is you want to do. We're
We
going to
listen
come
at the
back.
door. We kick open the door.
Yeah, it is actually as you hold out your key pass. This one is level 4.
Yeah.
This is a higher level than the feeding area of the Neophyllid. And as the door slides open, you see inside. I should have had their minis on the map. That's annoying. I thought I did. In the middle of this room, 2 more, actually, be 1 on each corner. So 3 more mind flayers are gripping the top of a 4-foot tall, 3-sided crystal pedestal. There's a fist-sized diamond floating just 1 foot above it. Piled against the walls are scores of rusty iron anvils, presumably forged and abandoned long ago by whoever used to use this room.
I mean,
This looks to be some sort of
Ritual.
ritual, maybe. They
it
none
looks
of them
like
are
a kind
paying
of
you.
altar.
None of them are paying you any mind. They are all focused very much on their on what they're doing. They're all gripping the edges of this pedestal and look to be focusing most, if not all, of their energy on something to do with this crystal.
Cool.
Are they quiet or are they chanting something?
They're all quiet. It's all psionics. It's all in their mind. So actually, those of you with a mind worm would all hear a vague sort of it's almost like a spell being cast, a continuous spell.
Mhm.
And Pizzazz, with your passive arcana, you recognize it as a continuously being cast spell of Wall of Force,
Okay.
or
I'll-
multiple walls of force.
Yeah, I'm still gonna do it.
No.
Okay.
Let the worm out. Let the worm out. Don't let the worm out. It's a bad
Don't
idea.
let it.
Ow.
Okay. I'll say you can manage to sort of grab his hand before he does it. Entirely up to you, because you are all psychically linked.
I know nothing. I was.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
I was. I
I'd
spent
be
a
on that.
minute.
Now you're gonna let the worm out.
We spent a minute casting that spell, so I'm probably just get sauntering up.
Nah, you know what, Pizzazz? I don't want to yuck your yum. Burn them. Go on.
Alright.
Burn them.
Yeah, essentially, you take them by surprise, and they're just the regular sort of. They would have been replaced, like had you left it long enough, they would have eventually swapped shifts with some of the folks who were guarding you. But you completely disintegrate them with fire, and you hear like a sort of like a sci-fi noise of the walls of force being dropped. The diamond clatters to the ground. It seems it was more the focus gem, if you like, of this entire thing. So you're easily able to scoop that up. That's a 500 gold piece gem, diamond.
That might
you
come
hear-
in handy.
Yeah, you hear now the
Swap it
roars
for drink.
of. Yeah, you hear now the roars of the Neothalid. It knows that you guys are here, but equally you hear, off in the distance, shouting. At the far side of that tunnel, echoing, because now the wall of force is gone. It echoes down this corridor, and you hear the shouting in a strange language. One which only Glack would understand, though I doubt you would have heard it before. And you're hearing sounds like, "The beast! The beast is loose!"
What
It appears
language
injured.
is it?
What languages do you have?
I have Abyssal, Common, and Gnomish apart from Deep Speech.
None of those.
Okay.
Languages.
What
I've got
language?
I didn't pick my languages, but I've got a bunch. So I might have.
Actually, Leon, you do have this one.
Okay.
So you and Glack, because it actually makes sense with your paladin oath, to be honest, that you would have protected people like this.
Okay.
So both Glack and Leon
Anyway.
understand what's happening here. You hear, the beast is loose. Quick, destroy it before it can breach our defenses, before it can alert the Illithids to our presence. We must have the element of surprise. Commander, it appears injured. Destroy it with all haste. Do it now. These creatures, whatever they are, none of those either, Lanmore.
Just checking.
Yeah. It
I
appears to
think
be
we're gonna have
coming
some
from.
company.
Yeah, it appears to be coming from beyond the room with the wall of force that you guys just dropped. What are you doing? What's happening?
Well, they're killing the worm. It's probably a good thing. Shall we go help them?
Yeah, you do hear screams of the worm and like Wilhelm screams of people
Yeah.
being eaten by it. Ah!
Yep. Let's go back to the tunnel then.
Yeah, perfect. You all
Try not
rush
to get
back.
swallowed.
You
Again.
all rush
It's probably
back
just
into
easier
that-
to move the map at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just. I'll
I've
just
got-
remove. I'll reveal all areas. And just remove that.
I've got something taking us away out as we're running that way.
Possibly.
Well,
Uh,
that's his plan B now.
Actually, have you still got a powerful spell there, Pizzazz?
I've got a couple.
I'm gonna use my Dimension Door cape to bamf Pizzazz there quickly. 500 feet.
Okay, yeah, no. So you come up directly behind where the giant worm is currently fighting against about half a dozen now. There used to be more, judging by the streaks of blood on the ground and by the worm chomping its jaws together. Half a dozen of these yellowish-skinned, black-tattooed creatures, humanoids. Many of them wearing armor, fashioned in a similar style to the kind you might get on Sigil, but each embellished in some way. Like some of them have crystal studs in them. Many of them have streaks of this arcane sort of lightning that goes around their forms, and they're all just essentially attacking this giant creature, which is steadily making its way through them. What do you want to do?
I'm basically
Like a creature.
grabbing Pizzazz and telling him, ready, powerful spell.
Yep.
I'm taking us back there. And I'm gonna use my Cape of the Montebank to bamf us back to
Perfect.
within the chamber, 500
And as
feet.
soon as we land, I will fireball it.
Boom.
All right, just use the thing you did before. It takes 44.
Fair enough.
Well, yeah. And it took a bunch of damage from them before. I'll just have everyone quickly tell me what they wish to do real quick.
Most of us are still quite a ways back, aren't we? 'Cause it was just
Yeah.
Lanoir and Pizzazz, so
yeah.
run, basically.
Yeah. You all
Run,
run
run,
and
run.
arrive on the scene as Pizzazz and Lanmore, you assist these humanoid creatures in finishing off this thing. I'll just roll a couple of attacks for it real quick.
Mhm.
I mean, I could probably attack it.
You're running with
probably.
us.
Yeah, it spits acid once more, and let me see. It rolls at 77 points of damage. Jesus Christ! So 3 of these people melt entirely, and the other 3 combine with you. The one that's clearly the leader, who ducked behind full cover, who looks quite grievously wounded, sees you approaching and firing this fireball. She holds up her spear. Attack! Attack with them, men! Destroy the creature! And seemingly emboldened by her words, they lunge forward, stabbing into the creature as it writhes in pain. Pizzazz and Lanmore, you have one final sort of action as your
Yep.
party approach behind you.
So that I'm just going to fireball it again
Yeah,
for another.
Woo! Big roll.
Oh, yeah.
57. Yeah, added to the damage that they did. Minus 57. That is. Oh, hold on. 57. Yeah, that's actually enough to take it out.
Nice.
Boom.
So you just watch as this final fireball blast impacts the side of this poor creature. This creature that only seemed now, you realize, to be just a creature of hunger, of it just seemed to be an unintelligent, pretty much beast that had just been locked down here. A monstrous creation of a side effect of the Ceramorphosis process. Just as much an experiment and a slave as you were. You put it out of its misery. Although all the countless people that it must have had fed to it would likely thank you in the end.
Yeah.
And as you approach and do that sort of final thing of approaching these creatures, the woman raises her hand to her men, because they've just raised their spears again, because 3 of their people just melted and another couple were just eaten. She looks to you, and in common, a slightly broken common, she says, "Do you understand me?"
Yes.
Excellent. I am the commander of the Gith Legion on this level. I assume you know what Gith are, yes?
Yes.
Very good, yeah.
Good. Are you with the Mind Flayers? Yes or no?
Hell no.
Nope.
Hell no. We would like to much kill all of them if anything remotely what they said to me is true.
Her two underlings lower their spears and sort of one nudges the other as if to say, yeah, these guys can handle themselves in a fight. And she herself smiles at your words, Lan, and says, well then, you look like you've had 6 shades of shit beaten out of you. You look like you could use a rest.
Yeah, some of our party have already met this worm.
Yeah.
I can tell by the smell of vomit.
Yeah, but have a bucket of water. Or anything.
Well, the walls of force were keeping it contained. I don't know how they were knocked out, but luckily we had a patrol out here.
That's a complete mystery in that one.
Yes. Probably the Illithids found out about us, but that just means we must move soon. Follow us back to our outpost. We have much to discuss.
Sounds like a mutually beneficial
Arrangement.
arrangement.
Excellent. And she holds out her hand to. It would probably be Pizzazz, actually, as the most as the one who destroyed the worm. She would hold out her hand in that sort of Spartan, full-armed,
Yeah, strength and honor.
arm shake type situation. Do you take it?
Pizzazz would be confused why she's offering her hand to him.
Well, you are the
But
strongest
you'll
and the
take it.
leader, are you not?
No.
Yes,
Well.
with the deception check.
You are clearly good in a fight, and we could use you.
I'm the most magically inclined, but these lot can all hit a bit harder than I can.
We need more mages. Our last mage, she gestures at the creature. Hopefully you will fare better than him. Welcome
I've
to
only
the...
been eaten by it once, so...
No, yes, it tried to swallow me earlier.
It
Along with
succeeded.
My
With smaller, no more creatures. We've seen to that. Follow me. Let us discuss our battle plans. We must destroy these creatures. And as you all head on your way following this Gith commander and her two remaining troops back to their outpost,
Lana's thinking of... Lana's also thinking, could I make anything interesting potions out of this damn thing?
Probably. Yeah, but as you follow her, and she sort of reevaluate who else might be on this level, what other places you might infiltrate and seek out for the final fight. That's where we're going to pick up next week.
Cool.
Okay.
That was something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun wee completely optional.
Chance of a long rest.
Yeah.
Possibly, we will see what these gift people have in store for you. After all, you're still outsiders. That's where we're going to pick up next time. Thank you all for watching, for listening, and until next time, if you find yourself in the stomach of a giant worm beast, just make sure you disintegrate it from the inside out as well.
Yeah, always remember your disintegration spells, people.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you can take that knowledge to the bank.
Yeah.
Have a good
Always
evening.
carry.
Home without them.
Yes.
Good night. Good night.
No.
Bye.
Yeah.
Night.
Alright. And on my end, thanks for the invite. I guess I'm in next week as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, see you guys. Thank you very much for the invite. Again.
No worries.
Don't forget there'll actually be more D&D tomorrow, where I'll be taking Zara and Cab through their session 0, and they never played D&D before, so this is gonna go great.
Yes.
With Geddon.
TPK.
TBK in session 0 nearly happened in the last one.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you guys very much for watching. Have a fantastic evening, every single one of you. Keep playing video games, keep being awesome. You guys are the best of Twitch. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic evening. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.